Let's go.
Hello, Mars. Why am I in this outfit? I changed my outfit. What do you mean?
Ah, Ori, you came to stream wearing cosplay?
I did. Well, we're talking about cosplay.
I mean, fitting, but also...
Hello, Mason. I'm upset with myself.
Underdressed.
No, I mean, our tea outfits are very nice, but I have fixed it.
Hi, Mason.
Hello. I'm trying to send Mars this link to this jacket. So, guys, Mars and I went to 2 conventions this year. And the plan is to keep doing it every year.
So fun.
Because it's very fun, and we like it. And, you know, why not? And
it's good times.
It's good times. And it's not like it doesn't have to be a whole day thing. You know, if you get close ones. Definitely one of the 2 we went to this year, we'll definitely go again. And we'll try to go to a different one next year. Hopefully they're not on the same day, because they were this year, and that's sad.
Well,
but
they do change every so often. Ooh, these are really nice.
Right? So this is what I wanted, Mars. It's called Overtime, and it's a Nanami, like, what's it called? It's called, like, they call it, like, I'm trying to remember, they call it something like a, where is it called?
I'm trying to see if I can
find
the terminology on the website. It's subtle cosplays. That's what you're looking for.
That's what I'm looking for. They call it subtle cosplays, and it's basically a varsity jacket that's Nanami themed. Which
it's got Nanami's
it's got all his stuff on it, and it has like the measuring line on the one sleeve and his tie on the other sleeve, and it's just like,
oh, I see it. It's
really good, and I really, really love it. Hello, Emma, long time.
Hey,
how you been? Welcome back. Nice to see you. But I went, you know what? I've always really wanted one of these jackets. Like, really bad.
Well, Anima, our streamiversary just passed. So, in the spirit of that, we decided to come up with a title that better reflected ourselves and
us as a group.
One unit.
Instead of it just being me. No, I'd never be sorry, Anima. I totally understand touching grass.
Please, do not apologize for touching grass.
I'm glad that you've been having fun being away. But yeah, I'm glad you like it, Anima. Yeah, I just felt that it was like...
I hope you've been having a good summer. The concerts sound really fun.
The stream was just my name, and that was just because basically I already had a Twitch and everything set up, so it was easy. People knew me. It got
adopted.
But it's become a thing. But yeah, so I've always wanted a varsity jacket, and I've always loved these like subtle, I've seen them around, right? The like subtle cosplay things. And I'm just like, ugh. I've also wanted to try to use my like embroidery machine properly and like actually design things for it to embroider. So it would be really cool.
I think this will have to be. This has to be.
I definitely couldn't make it where it's like one big thing on the sleeves, and I might avoid the sleeves overall. It would just be like the back and the front more for the embroidery. But I could definitely do it in a bunch of like a bunch of small things that then coalesce to be a pattern. Because it can only embroider like a 4" by 4" square.
Okay, so that's something to consider. Ooh,
yeah, I think I can make it work.
Fun, Anima. Dang,
nice.
Busy. You've been treating
Welcome
yourself.
back, Dark Reindeer.
Hi, Dark Reindeer.
Good to see you again.
Welcome.
But I'm glad you like the outfits, Mason. This is for Mars's character, Rhikuritti, as we have the last thing today being her thumbnails.
My character.
Now, I was under the impression originally, because for whatever, I guess this is just a way...
I'm very glad it was worth it, Anima.
...that my brain works. And that was that when Mars said that her character was a bird person, I assumed, like, one of these. Very bird, mostly bird. However, that is not the case, as the race that Mars's character is actually, is called a Strix, which looks more like this.
Human face.
Which is a human with, obviously, the best leggies, the good shit.
Of course.
They do have the long, floopy ears. All of them do seem to have that. And then, but then arms and wings. Now, I will say, I will say, this shit pisses me off. This wing has to come all the way down here. Guys, okay, we're doing an anatomy lesson at the start of this because I care about wings.
Oh, of course my character
Wings
inevitably
matter.
turns into an anatomy lesson.
I care about wings. No, so not like the Rito Mason. That's what I thought originally, that it was like the Rito.
It depends on which version of Rito, because they've gone through a couple iterations.
Oh. Well, I think Mason said Breath of the Wild. Yeah, not,
okay, those
not
are the wing
those
arms.
Rito. Those are the full bird. The full bird.
Yeah.
You had to give up your Sweet 16 for all the concerts, but it's worth it. Well, I'm glad that it's worth it. I'm glad you're enjoying. Are they all like bands that you like know personally, or are you going with friends because they know them? Obviously not personally, but like are they bands that you like? Like I went to a Fall Out Boy concert in college, which was really epic. Now I was never like a massive Fall Out Boy, fan, but
Ooh.
I liked them. What bands, Anima? I'm so curious.
Anima?
Yeah. Honestly, the only other concert I would ever make a point to going to would be a Set It Off concert. That's probably about it.
I would go to a Set It Off concert.
I would do Panic
go to
at
one
the
of those
Disco.
video game music orchestral concerts. Those
oh,
sound
you
really
want to go to
cool.
the Zelda Symphony Orchestra?
Yes, I do! I also want to go to the Sonic one that's being held at Anime NYC. But it's like, I can't make it, sadly.
Yes.
And then I heard Man with a Mission also had a concert earlier this summer. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I would definitely like
stabbing me in the heart right now.
Specifically go for a Set It Off concert.
Any of these.
That's the only one where I'm like, yes, I would really try, But
Oh, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Cave Town, I know.
I like that band.
I know Slipknot and I know Cave Town.
I think I know Cave Town. That sounds kind of familiar. Slipknot, definitely.
Cave Town, the song I like from them the most is Lemon Boy.
Yellow Card with Third Eye Blind. I gotta look into that one.
But very nice. All right.
Man,
we're doing wing
you really
anatomy.
Saw everyone, Anima.
We're doing wing anatomy. So this is something that a lot of artists do a lot. And it can be a style if done purposefully.
I gotta say, these look more like almost angel wing interpretation than bird wing interpretation.
Well, yeah. So the problem is this area here. Okay? This area here. And the reason that this is a problem is twofold. One, this is a species that does indeed fly. Okay? So this is baby shit.
That's because it was crazy, Anima, but it sounds crazy fun.
This is baby shit. This is not enough wing to do that. Now, I will say, mathematically, you're never going to get enough wing for an actual human to get off the ground and fly. But this is very egregiously not enough. Okay? Second thing is that this part of the wing has the full shit to it. So why does that look like that? What this would do is that if you stretch the wing all the way out, like this, let's say, it would look like this, and then have like the long feathers at the end. See how weird that would look? No.
Oh, that's
bad. That's not right. Okay? It's not that's not good. We dislike bad. So what you would have to do is that this last group of feathers should really be significantly longer and come down at least around to here.
See, that's where I remember putting Aster's wings.
And this is where it's a thing. Now, Aster even has thin wings for a bird because that's the albatross wing shape, if that makes any sense. But he still has, wide enough wings. Or the other character that is a avian will probably have even longer bottom wings that come down more around the ankles because of the type of bird that she has pretty big wings.
Well, that would explain why I tripped a lot in battle that last session.
Yeah, there you go. But so yeah, the wing should definitely be much further down in order to compensate for how it comes over here. Because that makes no sense otherwise. And then you have that weird cutout look that I showed before. Where it's like here, and then you just have these, but then suddenly it's like, here's long feathers at the end for whatever reason. Very odd.
This is why you
not
get
good.
yourself an artist, guys.
You don't like that. No, this is why you get yourself a biologist.
Animal anatomy.
Yeah, this is the biologist side over here. But it's a very common thing that does happen a lot, you know, so a lot of people like internalize it. But if this was like, these wings are specifically not for flight, it wouldn't matter as much, right? But this species specifically does have flight. Anatomy will never make sense. It only has to make a little sense. It doesn't have to make a lot of sense. But
just enough sense to be functional.
Yeah. And so that's why it's important. You know, again, that's a little long, this second group. I would probably put them around here for Rhikuritti's sort of grouping of wings. And that's how I would do it. So, now
you know.
So this is the Rhikuritti is a cleric. Now, specifically a war cleric or a battle cleric. I don't know what the actual subclass is called, but she's fighty. She does the fights.
Battle cleric, if I remember correctly.
So it's very important. She has full plate on. Now, none of these are full plate, but this very much gives the vibe that Rhikuritti has more than full plate, because besides that, Rhikuritti is very librarian, and that's why we have this image here. But Rhikuritti is also based off the blue heron, which is a lovely, cool animal. And these are its wings, very blue. And then, so then these two were because I thought they were full animal person. So they're less inspiring. But this is more for that, like, academic look. We have Heine.
We had to have the most academic of them all. Mr. Heine.
Yep. There we go. I think that's it for that. So now I get to go to the thumbnails.
Pieces of inspiration. And
Good.
You know, if you want to make one with a bird face, you absolutely can.
I don't.
Okay, then.
I specifically don't want to make with the bird face, with a bird head. That is not my preference.
Alrighty then.
As you know,
that makes it very easy.
By the callers. So the second that it wasn't a bird-headed character, I was like, yes, thank the Lord above.
Thank God.
And visually, they don't like it. I know what you're saying, Anima, and it's definitely like, yes, but they look bad is all I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It looks wonky. See, this guy, you don't see it on. This guy's okay.
Is that people and artists want the wings, but they don't want the wings to overpower the pretty person that they've drawn either. Like, they don't want to hide the figure with the wings.
I feel like these just all sounds like cop-outs. I don't know. These just all sounds like cop-outs. Because I don't think that this is too much wing on her. I don't think having this amount of wing extra filled in draw away from her whole thing. And you could argue, oh, silhouette. Well, dude, you're putting wings on it, okay? The silhouette is fucking strong enough, okay? Like, it doesn't... You're already adding this big silhouette bit. But I feel like...
That's a fair point.
But I feel like the second you add wings, the silhouette gets a little tough, you know? It's more a problem... Like, I definitely did a stylized wing thing, and I liked it. It is a stylized thing. But I feel like this level of detail put into this wing, like with the feathers and everything, is just like, it's sad when it's overpowered by, there really should be shit back here, you know? like it just hurts. It feels like
there should be more.
There's a problem, right? It feels like they got clipped or something. And unless that's the vibe you're going for. But see, I can very much see it as the next character that I will be is a Tengu. Now, I specifically don't want to be a bird-headed person, even though they are bird-headed people. I won't be doing that. But they do have arm wings, I think. or they can have wings.
Lore.
But specifically, I'm not a flighted one. They're not all flighted. Some of them are. And so having like clipped wings like that, or scraggly wings is more the vibe I'll be going for, where I'm kind of look ratty.
Oh, I'm excited.
I think I'm very excited for my next character. I have a lot of ideas, and again, if this method does well with what we're doing right now, I will be doing that for my character.
Nice.
So as a quick recap, I'm following this course. It's by Critbit, Critbit on Instagram. Please look them up. Their art is awesome.
Hi, Nicole.
This is early. Do you have off
you are
today?
Early.
What's up?
Hope it's off for good reasons.
Yeah.
Like
I hope
vacation.
I hope you're feeling okay, or a holiday or something. And yeah, so this was Dylan's character, so we had to do 6 thumbnails for each character to try and get designed out. Now, I will say I went a little ham. I was not supposed to be posing as much as he is here. It was supposed to be more on shape, language, outfit designs, so that detracted a little bit. However, these are the 3 outfits I like the most anyway, and they are the 3 Dylan liked the most with the poses, but I think he'll like those outfits the best anyway as well, so that's fine. This, I did more correct with trying to really push with the shapes and the outfits and not doing poses.
It happened with number 1. Number 1 was
Dylan doesn't like number 1 either. I'm very upset.
Really?
Yeah, I like number 1. Number 1's my favorite. This is a kobold.
Which one did Dylan pick?
I think he picked 2 or 4, and I fucking hate 4, as we can tell. And
Did we pick 4?
I hate 4. We don't talk about 4. Ooh, all right, Nicole. Well, very nice. Thanks for popping in.
That's a nice change of pace. We're happy to have you.
Well, Anima, maybe you could do it. I mean, I know you're very busy with all your concerts and stuff. You know, you could always just have a fun time on the side. Do some little doodles. But 1 is my favorite here. Because this was also, I was kind of designing my own kobold as well on top of this. So, I'm very happy with 1. But that was certainly not the preference from others. But he's my boy. I love him. Okay, now we have Rhikuritti. Now, I told Mars, because unlike the other 2 people, Dylan and Doug...
a little bit of a goober, but that's what makes him so great.
I hate him.
He's definitely
so
not kobold. He's definitely got essence of cow.
Yeah, he's very cow. I really don't like him. I just don't like what happened with him. It's for me, it's too goofy.
Maybe we could use him in Outcast.
For me, no, definitely
we need a cow
not.
guy, don't we?
He'll be very different if we draw a cow guy. I just gotta say. He'll be built more like Axis if we got a cow guy, Jesus. Ooh, 2 art classes?
Oh,
well,
wow.
I hope they'll be fun, Anima, and maybe you'll get to do character stuff with them.
What kind of art classes are you taking?
But I did tell Mars, because she's here, unlike the other 2, that she can't comment on the sketches until the end. She just gets to be here.
I'm not allowed to say that looks cool.
You can comment at the same level.
From the peanut gallery?
You can comment at the same level as the other ones, but you can't influence the design, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
All right, okay. If I get out of hand, chat has permission to bonk.
There you go. We'll be using the bonk as a way to keep Mars in check this time.
But I'm very excited to see what Ori creates, because I honestly really love Rhikuritti. I love her character. I love playing her. And I also just love the concept. So I am excited.
Digital media and design too.
Fine.
Hate Adobe. Do you hate Adobe because of how it works, or do you hate Adobe because it's Adobe and all their shit? Because I hate Adobe because of all their shit. I've never actually, I have used Adobe, but we're talking literally back in the days when you bought computer software from the store in that
cool
you mean before box.
Everything became a subscription?
Yeah, but when you had to like go to the store and do it, you couldn't download it online. You bought it from the store and then you put the CD in your things. Nicole.
Oh, you're going way back.
Yeah, I got Adobe, and I'm pretty sure it was CS6 because that's like the classic one for Christmas one year because I wanted Photoshop so bad, and I remember getting the box with the disc in it and having to upload it to the computer and the whole thing.
The endeavor.
But I hate
we
Adobe.
got another Adobe hater here.
On
Nicole.
Principle of the subscription shit.
Yeah. Ugh. No subscription shit. We don't do that in this house.
Someone said Adobe at dinner the other day.
We own them.
Oh, I went to my parents' house for a dinner with some cousins in quotation marks because we're not blood related in any way. And somehow Photoshop came up, and I was like, never Adobe! Adobe's so bad!
We do not stand!
Because Anima Illustrator is not the same. It's Illustrator is vectory, isn't it? Yeah, I will say Clip Studio comes up Nicole. In a lot of things, but for vectors and stuff, Nicole, like you do a lot of, there's not really another program that I know of. I know of a free one, but that's obviously free and lower on the totem pole overall. Because I use Inkscape, and that's what I'll use to make our lovely embroidered patches when we get to that point.
Lots to look forward to.
Okay, so we're definitely going the blue heron. I want to get blue heron vibes. That is my goal.
InDesign and Illustrator. Ooh,
InDesign. Is InDesign...
Any thoughts on those, Ori? Sorry.
Well, Illustrator's the vector one, which is really cool.
Any thoughts on Nicole's thoughts, Ori?
For vectors. Because like I said, Inkscape is the free version, but I don't know of another, paid competitor. Because Inkscape's not really a competitor. It's more just like you need to do some vector stuff, here it is. InDesign, Nicole, is that the one for formatting? Because that's the other thing. I would love to have a formatting software, for designing books and formats and stuff, how I did it manually nice. For when I made I can't remember if that was your birthday present. Mars.
Those were birthday presents.
I couldn't remember if it was birthday or Christmas. I'm like, what are the gift giving days? More for making books, yeah. So I don't know of a free version as well.
Says who? That's just dumb.
The problem, the Procreate thing is a weird, because it's an app only, it's a little just more difficult to collab with people on stuff, to my understanding. And on top of that, you get a limited size things and a limited layers things. I have Procreate, Mason. or Anima. I'm sorry, Anima. I'm blanking. There's so many names now. Weird. Okay. Anima. I just got an iPad and just started using Procreate. And it's definitely very different from using Clip Studio, which is supposed to be kind of like Photoshop, right? That's my understanding of it.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
MOS Docs. I don't know what MOS Docs is. Oh, Microsoft Docs. Microsoft is no. I don't know. That's an I.
It's
MOS
not Microsoft
Docs. Moss Word? No, it's Microsoft. I was right. Microsoft Office. Okay. Microsoft Office Specialist Docs. Yeah, it's Microsoft. Okay.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
It's like Docs. Oh, okay. No,
I know what the M and O stand for.
Nicole.
Microsoft Office. What does the S stand for?
You're correct. It is MOS, Nicole. We're just not. I haven't used. This is a lie. Is it a lie? No, it's not a lie. I haven't used.
Depends on if you tell it.
I haven't used a Microsoft Office thing in a long time. My job actually almost solely uses Google Docs, Google ones, and then I've also had the free Office Libre, but I mostly use Google stuff. It's been a long time since I've touched a Word doc or an Excel sheet.
I've had no reason to touch a Word doc, like, ever recently, so it's been nice.
Yeah. But so it's very interesting. I do remember I did a lot of Publisher in like grade school. That was fun. Publisher was fun. But I definitely would love to know of like a free software for doing like layout work.
You took points off for that? What the heck?
That's crazy.
That's just not fair.
Yeah. It's a certificate thing. I see. Are you an MOS, Nicole? Do you have this cool fancy certificate?
One of the professionals.
My mom should have gotten the certificate, but she didn't. But she was very adept in the Microsoft Office suites.
Yeah, no, that's insane, Anima. I hope you do not have that professor again. They
nice,
sound,
Nicole.
They sound like a lot to deal with.
Yeah, that's a lot. Hello, MP.
Hi, MP.
Well, I guess he didn't expect it to be very good then. If you're getting extra points, you know, for putting in the good work. It seems like he expected everybody to rush it, and you know, so I guess it evened out.
What he asked for: 20 card designs, minimum of 5 characters, 2 weeks. That's nuts.
Yeah.
I've definitely used Pages before as a backup, Nicole. It's not my favorite, but it's not the worst.
Nah, I'm a Windows girly. I have dabbled with Linux. I have done Linux stuff. My family has 2 Linux machines. They're Linux solely because Microsoft Windows is just massive, and they had they're limited space machines, so they have very small amount of memory. And my Windows is just massive.
I think we have 1 Linux machine in the house. Most of our computers do run on Windows. And then my my work/school laptop had to be a Mac because I was not lugging my other laptop everywhere. Especially when it started dying, so that was unfortunate. Like, nope, guess I gotta convert to Mac.
Oh, he's the only digital media teacher? That's rough. Sorry to hear.
No, the only digital media teacher that Anima fears. So this implies that there are more digital media teachers?
Oh, I was taking that as he's the only digital media teacher I fear. You know, like I fear that this is the way. That was how I was interpreting it.
He's the only digital media teacher. Oh, whoa.
No, I was right.
Ari was right.
Woo!
Wow.
Happy day, Amon.
Happy day indeed.
Oh, I'm so sorry that all your art teachers are not for you, Mason.
Why do they all have sticks up their ass?
I will say, I keep saying Mason. I'm very sorry. Anima, I don't know what's up with me today. Hello, Mason. You know, I'm happy you're here too, though. I'm sorry I keep mixing up the names.
Sometimes we just have days where we switch up names.
I've had a rough just vibe day. Sorry to bring you out of a daze, Mason. I'm just having a rough time. Hello, Mason. No, nothing happened. Just
okay.
It was just being a human today sucked. I don't know what to tell you. It was just
You know what? Friggin' valid. Sometimes there are days where being a person sucks.
The emotions were just not in tune with the universe today. My chakras were unaligned. I don't fucking know. It was just wrong. I like had an okay day at work. It was fine. It was normal. It was whatever.
I'm gonna DM you.
Okay. It was fine. It was normal. It was whatever.
I bet you want me asking
and
on
then
live.
I appreciate it. And then I came home, and I was like, and then I'm driving home, and I'm like, I've really wanted chocolate like all week, and we don't have any chocolate in the house, which is rare, which is weird. And I was very upset, and I'm like, okay, do I stop like at a place and get like something chocolatey, or do I just go home because I really want to go home? I'm like dying. Please let me go home. Do I stop? And
That's
I was like,
struggle.
oh, I have brownie mix at home, so I'm gonna go home and make brownies. So I did that, and everything was going fine. But I took the brownies out, and the house is smelling like brownies. By the time I took the brownies out of the oven, I was sadly not feeling it right now. And I put them down to cool, and I go back to sit at work, and then the smell just like overcame me, and I was like, no, you're starving for brownies suddenly. This is. So I get back up, and I go to cut the brownies, but I cut the brownies too soon. And so now I'm like rolling the roller thing through it, and they're just like shredding, and that was just like, I just couldn't. I was very upset about this. It was very upset. I'm like, oh my god, why are you doing this? Please. And I ate the brownie, and while the brownie was fine, it's like, I don't use this oven very much, so it's like, I'm just kind of dying. And the brownie was fine, but, and I'm like, I know Dylan and Doug will still like the brownies. They're easy to please. And, and the brownie was good. And, like, it just wasn't happening.
But did Ori please herself?
Again, the brownie was fine. It's more like, it was that a combination of like, this is the brownies like my mom makes, and they're not the same, and and I'm not, and it was the whole thing. It was just like, nope, the vibes. And then I'm trying to do work. Not actual work. I'm trying to do video editing. And then suddenly my body's just like, no, you need to go to sleep now. And it's like, what the fuck? Can you stop? Can you not? And so I'm drinking coconut water and pineapple juice. And that was very good. And then I ended up making a way better dinner than I had planned on making. So, it turned around, but it was just a ride a little bit,
So there was a surprise plot twist at the end.
I would not call it a bad day.
Today just kind of felt like one of those days, like I'm trying to study for a test, or was trying to study for a test I have tomorrow. And at one point I was like, why is my head killing me? Like, oh, it's so bad. And I was like, I didn't drink any water today. I didn't have a drop of water today, and I'm like, oh, no wonder I feel like shit.
Yeah.
That explains a lot. So it's up to the kitchen for a glass of water and some Pedialyte.
Yeah, no, I found that my, like, pick-me-up hydration drink, coconut water, and either orange juice or pineapple juice, and then salt with the orange juice, but the pineapple juice is actually pretty sweet, salt and honey with the orange juice, but the pineapple juice is pretty sweet, so I don't need to add any honey.
Okay. I'm gonna have to remember that one, because sometimes I need a little energy boost too. I've taken to bringing my water bottle with me, just filled with like some kind of hydration powder mix.
Yeah.
I've just been having too many times where I go grocery shopping and all of a sudden I'm like, why do I feel faint? Why am I losing energy? I need like a boost, please.
I don't have the feeling faint. I have I need to go to sleep and take a nap right now. And it's like, why? Yeah. I'm like,
it's either the feeling of it's either feeling faint or like I feel disconnected from my body right now and I don't know why.
My head is fuzzy.
Like, this does not need to happen in a public place, please.
I'm sorry to tempt you, Amon.
Ooh.
Off. Can you ask a parent, Anima, or a sibling, or a friend? I don't know where you live, who you live with, someone you live with.
to give you a little wake up call. I gotta get up early tomorrow too. I got a test at 10 a.m. Oh yeah. Final test though, hopefully, if I do well on it.
Wait, are you waking up at 1:30 in the morning? Oh, I'm so sorry your mom's sick. I hope she gets better soon.
Okay, 1:30 p.m.
Okay, I was like, wait, hold on a sec, Jesus.
Oh wait, how early early do you need to wake up by? Because you have to be right by 1:30.
I'm assuming classic not school sleep schedule.
That feels right.
Okay, I'm gonna give this Rhikuritti...
This is my emotional support drink.
Yeah, really though.
I feel that, Amon. And in summer, it's just particularly brutal. Like, I don't think I feel like this at any other point of the year except summer.
I find this one has been particularly bad for my hydration, which I don't understand.
Because so bad.
Because, well, yeah, like, this is the first year that I, like, moved in with Dylan and everything. I don't think I've drank any less water than I have. Like, I was never a big water drinker to begin with, and if anything, I've been drinking more water. So I'm like, what?
I'm like, why is this happening? I'm so confused.
I'm not drinking any more tea, so it's not like I'm drawing the water out of me faster or something, you know? Like, I just don't understand.
Weird. Oh, I see, Anima. Okay. Oof. Best of luck.
Ooh, well, you know, it's method acting, right, Amon?
That's very interesting, Amon. I kind of like that, though. Really
Why did I make your legs so short?
Oh, drawing from real life inspiration, I see.
I'm actually trying to make her very lanky.
Good. That's what I want.
Well, because that's what the blue heron is.
Oh, shit. Is that deserving of a bonk if I say that's what I want?
No, I don't think so. Because the blue heron is specifically the base, and look, it's a tall, lanky boy, you know?
It is very tall and lanky.
It's more on the, like, no, don't do that Ori side, I guess, more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, don't direct it.
Gotcha. I will refrain.
I don't expect you to be bad.
Bird person, Shigaraki. Also, welcome.
Hello.
This is a Strix from Pathfinder. This is the character that I play at our table.
This is an official art of them.
To draw it.
Yes, I'm taking a course by the lovely artist Critbit on Instagram. You should really look them up. They're really cool.
They're amazing. Go check them out.
And the first step that we're at was, so the goal by the end of the course is to design 3 characters, and we have a Pathfinder game that had recently started, so I'm using those characters to design 3 player characters. I'm the DM, and so here we are.
Yeah. And this is my character, Rhikuritti. Jeez, Anima, how did you survive? I feel like I drink one soda and it's like, nope, my hydration is all screwed up now, and now I have a headache.
I don't know what's up with the thing. Well, I thank you, Shigaraki.
Ooh,
that's so fun, Amon. I love that.
I like the psychological thing going on there. That's really cool. Hey, as long as you're getting sleep, Anima. As long as sleep happens, you're good.
Yeah, you're in the hunter club of doing that, like, double diurnal, whatever the fuck it was called.
I don't have the memory for that.
I don't have the memory, but it was basically like you get 2 groups of 4 hours instead of like 8 all at once.
Oh yeah, something like that.
I'm good, Rev-Rax.
Let's see. Yeah. We're good.
There we go.
Oh, you beat me to it.
I did.
Quick draw. Fastest sword in the West.
Quick draw McGraw.
Aww.
Ooh,
Imagine that leads to some really emotional scenes.
I'm gonna do an interesting take on another one.
How long has her big sister been gone? Like, did she leave too, or is she back at home waiting for your character? Yeah, life is short, Anima. Enjoy the concert, then you can switch over to the school schedule.
Yep.
Ooh, just up and vanished? I smell a plot. The smelly plot that smells smelly.
Not sure how I want to orient the wings for thumbnail purposes.
No doubt they're gonna be Ori certified wings. Nothing
That
like
they
what we
are.
saw earlier tonight.
I might have to do it on another layer. We'll see. I wasn't drawing any of the other ones on another layer, but I feel like for this it might have to be.
Oh, that'll create a bond between siblings, Amon. Did the father ever find out, or is it still a secret?
Okay. That's how we do it. And they're very little thumb feather.
And then Alice vanished after the argument? I'm very intrigued.
Okay.
Oh, I have another lanternfly story from today.
Oh, yeah? I didn't see any today.
I saw at least 2. Because I was upstairs taking a practice test, just trying to prepare. And I was doing my thing, and all of a sudden my mom yells for me. I'm the designated lanternfly killer in my house, so this is part of my duties. So she calls for me. I'm like, 1 second, let me finish this test, because if I don't finish it up, it's gonna close me out, yada yada yada. So she didn't realize that she's trying to kill it herself. Eventually, I'm like, okay, I finished. What do you need me for? I go outside to meet with her, and I just see her flailing around with the fly swatter trying to hit this thing. It's like something out of a cartoon, you know, like when Tom from Tom and Jerry is trying to hit something with the fly swatter. He's just flailing all over the place. It was literally like that. And eventually she did catch it. I was pretty impressed.
Ooh, what is it on, Shigaraki?
Ooh. But as soon as she got that one, another one appears on the side of our house. So she had put the fly swatter away by that point, unfortunately, and she was trying to clean up the garden, so she was putting away the hose. And we're like, where are we gonna hit it with? We don't have anything. I'm like, you have the hose, spray it. These things are monsters, guys. These things are monsters.
Terrible. Hate. So much hate.
My mom tried to spray it with the hose. I swear to God, it flew through the spray directly at us.
It's terrible.
What the hell? It is not supposed to do that. So we're freaking out. I finally find a rake or a mop or something, and I bat it out of the air and squish it. But goddamn, now these things can survive water. I'm not happy.
It's terrible. So much hate.
I'm not happy. These things are terrible. Flamethrower does sound like a reasonable well, okay, Amon, I would say flamethrower is a reasonable approach. However, my mom was the one wielding the hose, and she caught me in the spray in the process.
Ooh.
If that was with a flamethrower, I'm not flame resistant, at least not yet. I haven't developed that superpower yet. Maybe one day.
You might even be flame vulnerable.
I am flame vulnerable. That's sadly a thing.
At least, Miss Molly was.
Miss Molly was very flame vulnerable.
Oh, they have the long
especially after
ears.
her contract. Especially after she made that contract. Yeah, we'll have to change up our strategy.
My mom and dad
out of the air with a Swiffer mop does
swear
work.
by the dollar fly swatter from the dollar store.
I swear by my Swiffer mop.
I know.
It gets the job done. It kills them dead.
Okay.
Yeah, flew right through the water spray. Didn't give a shit that it was getting hosed down.
They give no
it just
shits.
Flew directly at us.
Terrible.
Like, wow.
Hate.
Fuck that.
The devil.
Horrible.
The worst.
Like, I saw a video the other day of a dog chasing it. And this dog was literally on top of this lanternfly, like sniffing it, poking it, prodding it. It's doing absolutely nothing.
No, they fucking sit there.
It pops out its wings every so often and like walks along, but I swear to God, the dog picked it up with its mouth, dropped it. This thing is unfazed. I'm like,
no,
wow,
like I told you guys on Tuesday.
This is what an animal without predators acts like. Holy shit.
Horrible.
Negative 10 out of 10. Terrible. Terrible, terrible.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, now we're back to regular water.
Oh, maybe she's got to go to another village. Maybe they'll have some answers there.
Okay. Problem is,
did Alice leave any clues behind as to where she might have gone?
Okay, that's... Ooh, okay.
Sounds like Ori's feeling the vibe.
I'm trying to get the hair right now.
The most crucial part.
But there's a lot of ways it could go, you know? And this is just one way that we're trying now.
Ooh. Oh, geez, not a panic attack. That's the worst time to get kidnapped.
Oh my god. During a panic attack?
Oh.
Jesus.
I'm just reading. It was highly hinted that Alice had a panic attack when her sorcerer magic awoke and was shortly taken from Ravenloft.
I feel like that triggered the panic attack more than anything.
Who knows? Could be a bird and the egg scenario. Which came first?
The egg. We know it because eggs evolved before birds, Mars!
Look at that. Ori has the answers. Ooh, what is Dual Links, Mason? Is that on Steam or online? I always wanted to get into Yu-Gi-Oh, but I never knew where to start.
Okay, we're just gonna leave this for now. We're just getting into a vibe.
I see
where we go.
I hope Mirage learns soon because I really want answers. I wanna know, can you show me?
I think if we flare out the pauldrons a little bit, give it like a wingy motif as well.
I think this is the first time I've actually seen the process for you drawing one of my characters.
Definitely.
Like, I've been involved in the process verbally, but I've never seen it.
It can be a very vulnerable time for an artist.
That's like watching a writer write, which would be the most boring thing in the world, honestly. Nope, delete that. It all began. Nope, backspace.
It's definitely a skill to draw in front of people.
That's a hard-hitting question, Amon. That's gonna hurt.
Oof. Rough. Okay. We like the collar. I think I like the collar. I think I want to try and exaggerate a long neck. I'm honestly mostly just feeling it out here, and then we'll kind of refine it later. I do like these panels that this one has. Ooh, it kind of comes in here. What is this?
Gotta hold my tongue. I can't say
Flare
anything.
Out. I know.
Ah!
I told you it'd be tough. I like that.
Oh man, memory loss too?
And then you know what? This one we're gonna give like a bit of a floof pants.
Or Mirage.
And then we definitely need some armored.
And depending
arms.
on Alice's answer, oh, poor Mirage is in for a emotional doozy.
Okay.
Well, hopefully she gets the answer she's looking for.
Okay.
Ooh.
This is
I
definitely...
think not too much happened today that was interesting. Sadly.
Nope, I'm very glad that I have an iPad now, though, because I keep being like, oh, if I would be so behind on the comic, it would be very rough.
That's my plan for tomorrow. Just as soon as I'm done with this test, like, okay, comic time, let's go.
I really needed it to be Friday yesterday for whatever reason, but it's just that kind of day.
A new computer is coming in and I can work on the comic again.
Also, guys, the Ace Attorney AU comes out on Monday. It starts coming out on for our hiatus content.
Yes. So far, only Milano and Ferrix.
Yeah, but
there are some very good scenes if I do say so
an Ace
myself.
Attorney AU.
And who doesn't love Ace Attorney?
Okay, that's an interesting thing to think about. Yeah, it's gotta. Okay.
Ooh. No more human disguise. That's no good, Amon.
We're on to the next.
Oh! Number 2. Let's go.
Number 2.
Yeah, Rhikuritti has a little bit of an interesting backstory, which I think definitely has an influence on her design.
Yeah, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I might as well. So Rhikuritti is a cleric. I wanted to take a support role for this campaign because I never really did that before. Even though I'm trying to hit things a little bit more because I missed having my melee attacks, but I'm also like, oh, okay, support role is not bad. I'm vibing with this. But she was a cleric. Basically, her backstory is that she was raised in a church. Basically, one of the orphans off the street, raised in a church, raised to be a cleric. She originally wanted to help people, like as a doctor, as a healer, because that's what she does. The problem was, and this is how I took it, like, this might not be entirely lore accurate to Strix, but in my mind, she was turned down for being a healer because of how she looked. Like, people would be put off by her. So she ended up being a back alley doctor, healing people, like, off
Ooh,
the
I think
books,
the way to paint that is specifically people
stuff.
thinking feathers are unsanitary.
You know, that's kind of almost what I was thinking. Because once I realized that Strix didn't really have bird faces, I was like, okay, there's gotta be another reason. I mean, you got the ears, you got the wings, and people have been prejudiced for even dumber reasons, so. It's basically Outcast 2.0. So, but sadly that didn't work out for her because, you know, the law caught up to her, basically told her, okay, you gotta go somewhere else, get off the streets, you can't do this anymore. What if you're contaminating the scene, injuring people like this? So she went to a library instead, and now she's in the basement categorizing books, taking stock where nobody can see her, out of sight, out of mind. Until one day she received a little letter and some tea in a box. Drank it, and now she's in the Fae realm.
Putting on a show!
That is the very Cliff Notes version of it.
The very Cliff Notes version of it. But
honestly, I really like her character. Like, even with some of the slip-ups she makes, like, there was one fight we had. It took place at a circus. Because, as Ori said, we are participating in a play. The characters in this campaign have been asked to be part of a play. They have to go through it in order to escape, play each scene, and try to entertain the audience. In one of those scenes, there is a circus, and during it, some wild animals got out. Now, originally, we weren't gonna hurt any of the animals, and Rhikuritti was totally on board for that. But then she threw a fireball out of fear because everyone was getting freaking impaled and trampled and everything else. So at that point, she was like, okay, gloves off, I'm gonna fireball this thing. And she did! And everyone was very mad at her for it. Honestly, though, I'm kind of happy that happened because I think it works with her character. That's kind of one of the things I try to do with these stories is that if something quote-unquote out of my control happens, I'm like, or if Mars is like, okay, I made a whoopsie. How does this work for the character? How can I turn this into character development? But if she was a back alley doctor, she really likes healing people. She doesn't want to see people get hurt. She doesn't want to see any more lives lost. So I was like, okay, we can work with this. We can turn this into an act of desperation, I'm sure. So I did. Didn't make anyone any less mad with her, but it works for character development, and I am pleased.
I'm doing an interesting thing here. So now Strix, they have the wings like this. They have the bird feet, and their wings come out of their sort of like... Do they have feather hair? Hold on. I think they might have feather hair.
In one of them, it looks like it does. Oh, and her... Is that attached to the hat, or is that her hair?
I can't tell.
It could be both.
Okay, that's something to play around with. But their wings are attached at their shoulder blades. But there are, like, people artistically have done hip wings. And just, like, bird body shape-wise, it's an interesting sort of device. So I'm gonna just give it a whirl. It's like, oh, yes, okay. Okay. Yes, yes. Bite my tongue. Okay. Well, so Mars's character...
Wings. Also, hi, Enthuse!
To my understanding, hello, Enthuse. Yes.
Yes, Essence of Noop.
Essence of Noop. But Noop's wings don't make her fly. Yeah, those are more of an aesthetic thing.
I sadly wouldn't get very far with those.
But...
As cool as they are.
So... to my understanding from what Dylan has told me about when you were creating your character, Mars, you sort of had, it was sort of the idea that the wings sort of come around as part of that shielding bit.
That was an idea I had,
for the shield. So I'm liking the hip wings as an idea because they kind of give, there's a word for this piece of armor that they are. But like that hip armor. So
not pauldrons, that's something
else. No, pauldrons the shoulder bit. That I know very well. It's like the towel something, I feel like.
But I do like this giving off, well,
no.
I like the screw. I can't say it's nice.
You can say it's nice. I said you could say it's nice.
Okay. I like the skirt effect.
Yeah, that was the vibe.
That's making me think of the librarian. Tacit? Is that
yes,
what it's called?
That is the word I was looking for.
Tacit.
Thank you,
okay,
Enthuse.
Okay.
That is indeed the word that I was
your
looking
armor
for.
knowledge. Armor encyclopedia.
Enthuse has an approximate knowledge of many things.
Don't we all? An approximate knowledge of a great many things.
I actually saw this lovely character design that has sort of like bird torso. Okay, we're gonna find it because I really love it.
Okay, we gotta show this
and
off.
We're gonna show it off. I definitely saved it because it's I saved it in the ideas for my character for the next one.
Ooh.
Because it's a lovely, lovely, lovely vibe. Character inspo. Ah, here you are. Open image in new tab. This. So basically it's like bird torso from the waist down. And
pants!
So, yeah. Pants. So I'm very inspired by this, if you couldn't tell.
Can you send that to me? Because that's really pretty.
I can. There you go.
That cloak look is also
the
really
whole thing.
Cool.
It's really good.
Okay. It's giving Shao from Genshin Impact.
Yeah, it is. It's
giving
the
Bird
colors,
Shao.
it's the hair.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it though.
Oh, Mars, can I tell you something else? Another reason I want to make bomber jackets, varsity jackets, is I want to make myself a Shingshou jacket. Really bad.
I should have known.
I follow this person on Instagram, and their whole thing is like styling outfits based on the characters, and they usually have like one piece of clothing that basically is the character's outfit, like their hat or their like jacket in the case of Shingshou. Right? And it's just like, I want to do that, and Shingshou's jacket is pastel, which is my vibe, and I'm just like, I need it really bad. Avian Satyr, exactly.
See, that's the vibe. That's the hella good one.
Yeah. Now, practical for flight, not as much. But I like the vibe of it overall.
To be fair, she doesn't go too far when she flies.
No, she basically flap glides, which is also how the collars kind of work.
Yeah.
But I definitely give more leeway on like fantasy races just because like there is magic versus like the outcast boys. I do put a lot more effort into their like physiology solely because there isn't really magic. There isn't, we're not doing magic. So
it's a bit more grounded to reality.
Yeah. But guys, so see how full this wing is down here?
What a difference that makes.
Whatever this shit is? Huh?
Ori does not like that shit.
This is bad.
She very much
this
doesn't
gape
like that
bad.
shit.
You need that space. You need that stuff filled in. Yeah, you missed the anatomy lesson in these when I yelled at this official art.
Which is my current art for my character. Because, guys, there's not a whole lot of Strix images that really work.
Thank you, Mason. I don't know if I would necessarily call our genre fantasy. It's fiction.
It's definitely fiction, but I don't think it's fantasy.
I wouldn't call it fantasy, so they would not be a fantasy race. They're a fictional race, but fantasy is specifically like with magic, is it not? That's why Star Wars is a space fantasy. I
always ascribe to a specific genre.
It is a specific genre.
Like with Star Wars, you got the Wookiees, you have Yoda's species that I can't remember the name of. You got like all these different alien species coming together.
But Star Wars is considered a space fantasy because they have space magic, which is the Force.
Oh, the Force.
There's no magic involved in
Outcast.
In Outcast. Nothing is magical. Nobody treats it as magical, just as unknown. Yeah, fantasy is a genre of speculative fiction involving magical elements.
Yeah, no magical elements in Outcasts.
No magical elements in Outcasts. It's definitely fiction, though.
It's interesting, the difference between fantasy and fiction.
Okay, it's not historical fiction. My closest thing would be like, it's like a fairy tale, you know? It's set in like a fairy tale-esque vibe. It's set like Arthur is. What's Arthur called? Because Arthur isn't necessarily centered around any specific... I mean, it depends on what Arthur you're telling. But like in general, you know, there's not like a...
Are you talking King Arthur?
Yes, I'm talking King Arthur, not the show Arthur. Okay, with the aardvark or whatever he is.
I wasn't even thinking that. I was almost thinking like the Russell Brand movie.
Oh. Because it's definitely fiction.
Well, magic is a learned skill, but enthuse, at the end of the day, magic is still magic. It's an element that controls or does something like you could not normally do. Hence why it results in fantasy.
Yeah, that's why the Force in Star Wars is magic, you know,
the Force has to
in
be
a sense.
learned.
Or bending
Some people
in
may be more attuned
Avatar.
To it than others, but they have a whole Jedi school for the Padawans.
Or bending in Avatar is magic. Like, there's still a magic system, right? Magic is like, all-encompassing. Outcast does not have any magic. It has vagueness. But see, no, you can't, though, Enthuse. You can't. While, yes, that is the whole thing, and Adventure Time goes into that a lot, that, magic is just the stuff we don't understand yet. When writing something, at least to my understanding, there is a distinct line. Because the difference is that science is something we have in real life, and magic is something we don't have in real life, right? If that makes sense. I think that's like the big divide. In Outcast, well, yes, there are callers, and would they exist in real life? It's more of like what I would guess, if briefly looking this up, is like speculative fiction.
That feels appropriate.
Where it's a depart from realism or strictly imitating
that everything was genetics. This all happened naturally, just over the course of years and years.
Exactly, because
no one was like, let's mess with the DNA, let's do this, let's introduce this element.
Speculative fiction is an umbrella genre of fiction that encompasses all subgenres that depart from realism or strictly imitating everyday reality, instead presenting fantastical, supernatural, or futuristic or other imaginative realms. Yeah, alternate history, superhero fairy tales. So that's like, speculative fiction is like a pretty large group. I wouldn't call it science fiction, though, because it's not focused on that, right?
No. It's a character-driven story with historical fiction elements.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's specifically like not historical fiction because it's
not historical in the sense of the story being
told.
Like,
it's not set in a real place and time, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what historical fiction needs to be, where it's set in like a distinct
from
place.
The golden age of piracy.
Yeah, but it's definitely not strictly the golden age of piracy, and that's why we denote it to like fairy tales, where it's like you're in a general time period, but not really.
It exists anytime, anywhere.
Yeah. It's fiction that does take place in the past.
I'd like to think it's timeless.
It's definitely like it's not modern day, right? Like, there's not the level of electricity that you have. But I think my biggest deterrent is, like, we have germ theory.
Yes.
Like, that's very important to how the whole thing works.
We have germ theory because we have germ theory
it
to be a specific
but we
character.
Don't have, like, factory level capitalism, right? Like, that's
at least not yet. The military will try to fix that.
Yeah, well, the Navy wants a lot of things.
I mean, hey, Sinnett worked at a sardine packing company for a reason.
You mean Aster, but yes.
I said Sinnett, didn't I?
You did.
I meant Aster.
Yeah.
It's because Sinnett was the last person I was talking about.
Yeah, I don't think our, like, setting really fits into a very specific fiction genre, if I'm being honest.
We vibe.
We do vibe.
We said we like a very specific aesthetic, and it works for the story we're trying to tell.
But I specifically didn't want to deal with magic, right? Like, that was a very... Because that's a whole nother level of shit. You know what I'm saying? That's another level.
Well, for being our first comic venture, I think we just wanted to really focus on the characters and their story. Adding a magic system into it just would have been another thing to keep track of. And I don't think it would have enhanced our story at all.
No.
Because really, what would you get from magic that isn't gotten from them just being callers?
Exactly, exactly.
It's like, oh, they have wings and tails and claws and they can do magic? Like, come on, that's just too OP. Also, I'm a little burned out from this person has magic stories.
I'm like, fine with magic. The problem that magic is just there's a lot of effort that has to go into it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there we go.
But that's why I specifically am like, it's not set in a time period. It's like the vibe of the golden age of piracy, but it does specifically have to have like the level of like nearly modern roughing it in the woods, if that makes sense. Because we're not so modern where we're doing a lot with plastic, right? Like plastic is not a thing. Like we're not really on the plastics level, right? But we definitely have like ropes and like, you know, I guess it's like, what would this be if we didn't have plastics yet? We still were using all like natural materials sort of things.
No, you know what it is?
And
this is the age of pirates, but they know what causes scurvy.
Literally, yeah. And dysentery and tuberculosis and all this sort of thing.
They are able to identify
because I will say,
what causes scurvy.
So
that's
much
the big differentiation.
Of like death was very much just like, up, you fucking died. Right? Yeah. Because there is... I would like someone to have a significant chance of surviving a bullet wound without being like, I'm going to the modern day hospital. Right? So where it's still have that. Pretty dangerous.
These guys are roughing it and like...
But it's like, it's the level of technology that you would have if you could have
like arts and crafts, friggin' healing ability.
I would say it's definitely more medicinal on the medicinal side. I would say there's a higher focus of medicinal research done in Outcast than anything else.
Like the Warrior Cat series.
Yeah,
they have their herbs, they have their berries, and they know that they help these elements.
We're not synthesizing things.
Maybe we'll combine, take mint along with this.
We don't have
give you a burst of energy, and this will help soothe your
refrigeration.
Stomach, but that's it. Yeah, I'd say that's about as complicated as
we're not really synthesizing drugs. Or anything, you know. We're not really doing stuff like that. We're not really doing a lot of like, I had it and then I lost it.
Could I see snake oils existing in this setting? I could see
100%.
trying to peddle stuff.
I mean, snake oils exist today, you know. But but I would say that most of the research went into medicinal cures, and I think the reasons for that would be the world is very, very naval-based, and with the amount of time that people would spend on very closed environments of like a ship, and traveling between land masses where they could transmit diseases and wipe out populations, and they could have like, you know, mono breakout on a cruise ship sort of shit, you know, like whatever, that it would be a bit more of a focus militarily, you know, naval wise, to put research into that. because otherwise you'd be having a big problem with, like...
well, otherwise you'd be losing troops constantly.
Constantly. You'd be constantly losing troops because it's basically, oh, one person's sick on a ship, everybody gets sick on a ship, we're screwed, you know, and most of it is happening on a ship, and or small, you know, relatively small islands. There's not really, like, continents in the area that Outcast exists. So it just makes more sense that we'd have a little more,
I would say,
on the sanitary cleanliness sort of way. But I would say it's more on the level of, like, they have a general understanding and not a specific understanding, right? There's not necessarily like we know that germs exist and we know what they look like looking under microscopes and stuff, you know, like, because we wouldn't have, like, super powered microscopes and anything.
Yeah.
They'd have, like, the early microscopes. But we understand
that people get
that,
sick
like,
when they do A and B.
You shouldn't
C and
touch
D helps cure it.
You know, and, like, you know, bodily fluids mixing is getting people sick. You know, like, they would have, like, that level. You know, so there is definitely, like, hand washing and soap is, like, a thing that they do, right?
Dr. Stone. Imagine Dr. Stone.
Yeah,
First season Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
That's what we're working with.
Definitely. But there's really not electricity, and there's really not, you know, so there's no, like, refrigeration or anything. I would say that colder areas, because it does span a fair amount of latitudes, colder areas would use refrigeration because they did that, but that's, like, the natural... See, Sinet's whole vibe is very much like, I am the health teacher that understands these things to the maximum of degree of what we understand. Hosen's fairly up there. And I need to stop the stupid kids. One of my favorite things that we talked about in Thuse, because this isn't, like, spoilers or anything, is that, so Sinet was the last one to join the crew before Hosen, right? And when he joined, they were eating off of, like, literally, they're called tree cookies colloquially, but they're, like, the slices of wood you can cut out with, like, a saw. And so that's what they're eating on. But wood is notoriously unsanitary in the sense of that you can't clean it to, especially raw wood, you can't clean to that level. They would bathe in Thuse. They would bathe. Feeling clean is a thing that people want, okay? Like, people want that. And if they have access to the ocean and pools, you know, they have fresh water in the forms of, like, area, you know, pools on the island. But, so there would be bathing. But, so Sinet's like, no, we need to make clay. We need to have clay dishware because that can at least be fully clean. Well, it's never sanitized, right? We're not at the level of sanitized, but it's definitely like,
we're at least on the level of clean.
Wood will rot, and so will you, where plates do not. Right?
Is that a promise or a threat?
Both. But so it's really funny is I came across this video and it was like, how did it open, Mars? It was like, fun stuff to do with your friends or something.
Fun stuff to do with your platonic friends group or something like that. And one of them was like, swap kidneys. So
yeah.
We were thinking of a reel for that. Where,
with the Outcast boys.
Where Milano and Ferrex are like, swap kidneys, and you just have Sinet in the background going,
Soap is
no!
very easy to make too, Enthuse.
Soap is incredible.
Soap is actually surprisingly easy to make. It's literally just a bunch of fat and a base, and a lot of things in nature are fairly basic.
I think they even say that in Dr. Stone.
That's it.
Dr.
That's literally what it is.
Really impressive. They tell you how to do all the science stuff. Which is
it's really good.
Cool.
But so that's why it's like, soap is a very, like, I know they could make that. I also know you can make your own pottery with wild clay and, like, a regular pit fire, you know, like, there's a high level of technology that you can have.
There's a lot you can do
without doing, like, the word I'm gonna using is like without synthesizing things and having like super specialty stuff, but there would be like kilns, you know, but they would be like wood fire kilns. We're not really at the level of like gas, right? It's a very natural, resource-oriented world.
I'll be right back in a moment. I just gotta grab some more water.
How dare you, Mars?
I know. But you can gossip about me while I'm gone. Yeah. It's okay.
All right.
BRB, guys.
She doesn't have the wireless headphones yet, guys, so we can gossip about her all we want. But yeah, so you know, Mars is pretty great. She's a good writer. If you haven't gone and read her fics, you should go read them on AO3 Lore of Mars. I make cool covers for them. You should go read them. And if you haven't watched the shows that they're from, you should do that. It's really good. And, you know, all these sort of things. What else? Guys, you're gonna be so excited for you're gonna be excited for this level Outcast. Ooh, there's the Ace Attorney AU Outcast coming out. I mean, I know you've read it now, Enthuse. You have the Kofi. Ooh, Enthuse, did you see the Kofi thing from yesterday? I'm very proud of that one. It was really good. I know, right, Enthuse? I can't believe she would say such a thing. What am I doing? My brain died. Ooh, we have to wish Mars really good on her test tomorrow. She has a big test tomorrow, okay? So we have to wish her good. You no longer have the Kofi. Oh no, Enthuse. So sad. I'm so sorry. At least you got the Sinnet. At least you got that Kabadon Sinnet. That made it all worth it, didn't it? I'm glad you could get that Sinnet. And then now the Ace Attorney AU will become for free. It'll come out for free on Monday. Not all of it. You'll have to wait slowly but surely. Ooh, and some people will get... well, not some people. There will also be free Dragon AU stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna keep calling it Dragon AU. I think it might have to be Mythical Creature... Mythical AU or something. Because, well, I can see Mulatto and Sinnet being dragons. Ferrex and Aster don't really give dragon vibes, in my opinion. So... Might have to workshop that name a little bit. But yeah. Okay, I'm really digging the hip wings, if I'm being honest. It just gives a vibe. How do heron tails work? They're kind of short. Yeah, they're kind of short. They're not long and flowy. That's okay. Yeah, I'm kind of digging it. This is where we'll have to go. If Outcast wasn't so... see, that's the... so... Talking about, like, comics and stuff, and giving yourself rules. It's always like, you make rules, and they're fun, and they're great, and, like, obviously I enjoy them. But it's definitely, like, sometimes it's like, I wish we had the room for all the rules. I wish I could do anything. Because I see, like, people draw, like, cool insecty characters, and I'm like, ugh. Now I want to draw cool insecty characters. But they're not an Outcast. There's no insecty characters in Outcast. Okay, how do I want these pauldrons to look? I want the neck to look long. Let's look up fashion, how to make your neck look longer. Oh, and then Mars said that she really hated working on the comic, and I couldn't believe that she said something like that. And, you know, I just couldn't believe her.
Back.
Oh, we weren't talking about you or anything.
Oh, no, of course not. I don't see how the wireless headphones would help because I can't bring my mic with me.
But you get to hear us talking about you, and you get to know the conversation.
That is true. That is true. Oh well, I guess I'll just stay ignorant forever.
Yeah. Yes, I would like to wear clothing with long vertical or diagonal necklines. near your
Why did you say that one thing? What one thing? Wait, me or Ori? I'm lost. Someone catch me up.
Exactly. And that's why you need the wireless headphones.
Ah, one day.
V-necks and deep necklines. All
First
right.
paycheck. Give me time.
So we're trying to give Rhikuritti a longer neck.
Ooh.
Like,
okay.
visually with fashion.
She's gonna be a long neck queen. Ah, that's why you said Candace Flynn. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Not to be noopin'.
PCM,
She's
hello.
safe while you're not noopin'.
You do see wings. That's because this is my Strix character, Rhikuritti. She sometimes goes by Riku, but no one calls her that.
We're all trying to remember everybody's names. Don't make it harder.
Riku is easy!
Yes, but the problem is it's not listed on the sheet. So when you completely forget what it is, you go read the sheet.
Well, good PCM.
Well, yeah, and exactly. And the less nice enthused. And the less you play her PCM, the safer she will stay.
Keep her in her nice protected little bubble. Nothing bad happens to the noob. It's illegal.
I can't do a good Scooby.
What the fuck?
I tried. I said it was bad.
My turn. Nah, too much growl. That didn't work.
Yeah.
Too much growl. That was terrible.
It was enthused. I know.
Enthused, I'll assume that was directed at both of us.
Yeah, it was definitely at least me. I never claimed.
If anything, I thought people would say, "Oh, Riku from Kingdom Hearts."
I never played the game.
Sad.
You ever like there's like just some games and you were not on the bandwagon and that's just it, you know? You never will be.
And then you totally miss the bandwagon.
And you're
like,
just done.
Come back.
I was just like,
It came, it went. The Switch ports were atrocious.
Even less of a reason to play it.
There you go.
Okay, I feel like the pauldrons are important, but I feel like we're gonna work on the bottoms more first.
Ooh. I'm excited to see what you come up with.
The way that bird legs work...
Hey, you're that close to the end of the campaign, PCM?
Oh my god, what?
Handful of arcs left until the campaign ends.
Oh my goodness.
How many arcs we talking? I mean, in D&D time, that could be like...
years.
9 months, so.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? We'll give a long to Bard. I feel like that's nice. And we'll make it like a slit dress sort of thing going on.
Ah, kind of like one of the Outcast characters.
A little different than hers, but yes.
Okay. Hey,
hers is still
somehow.
Pants. And I'm gonna give you, like, shorts underneath. Because I don't want it to be, like, scandalous. Unless we go... You know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna feather you from the waist down.
I shall say nothing.
Yeah.
Don't mind me, just taking a little sippy of water.
I feel like that'll be better. And then it's like you're wearing pants without wearing pants. So it's not actually scandalous. Just like Aster being naked is really not very scandalous.
Neffy only has one last story? Damn.
Wait, hold up. That feels ominous, PCM. She better live through that on to the end and into the sunset.
She has to. This is a requirement, PCM. This is an absolute requirement.
Ooh. What if... Yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
Have you seen the Outcast characters? Have you seen the coffee?
Yeah, no. I'm gonna show you, Enthuse. We're gonna... Well, the references are all available for free.
That is true. They're not hidden.
The one time Aster shows his ass on the coffee is specifically off model because you would not see his ass ever. It's too covered. This is not the folder I want.
He's not as caked up as Ferrix, but he's got
He's
a
the
good
least
amount.
caked. He's the least... Aster's the least caked. By a lot. Where is it?
Him for some reason.
No, Hoten's the second caked up one after Varric.
Okay, I keep getting them out of order.
You really are.
All she has left to do is go home. PCM, I'm getting scared.
Like, you know, he's just wearing pants at this point. You don't see anything. This would not need a content warning. You know what I'm saying?
He's covered. He's got nothing to worry about.
Ferrix's fur is too short, so he's definitely showing off a little more. You know,
yeah.
he's fairly short-coated, so even though he's not bare-bottomed, he definitely is.
He might as well be
showing it all. But Aster, you can't see anything. And then Sinnet has scales, but it's basically just skin, the way shark scales work. And Milano...
Younger viewers, avert thine eyes.
It looks like he has pants, though, if we're being honest. It looks like he has pants,
It does, honestly.
But Milano is fully bare naked.
Milano's got the cheeks out. Hey, Boo!
Hello, Boo! It's like tights? Yeah, it is like tights on a Sinnet.
It does kind of look like tights.
I started doing the port outfits on the bases, guys!
I'm so excited!
Very fun!
PCM, you say the trauma arcs are over, but are they?
I don't believe you yet, PCM.
That? I can't trust that. I'm sorry.
They won't be in the entry that's coming out.
Too many times.
But the next entry with the boys in it will have fun new outfits.
New outfits.
For almost all of them.
All that's left is PCM. That can mean a lot of things. Trust me, as a writer, I know closure can mean a lot of things.
Closure can mean death, PCM. You can't say these things.
The ultimate closure.
People love doing that shit.
Closure on life. That is in January Enthuse.
Yes.
Just a little bit more to wait.
Not the new outfits are not in January.
Outcast returning though is in January.
Yes, Outcast comes back in January. The new outfits have 2 more entries to go. The one that comes out in January and the one that comes out after that, and then you get new outfits. So it is a little ways. Well, I'll show them. You guys will get to see them.
Get them by March, maybe. March. Or April.
No. What? Mars.
You said, okay,
Mars, the entry that I'm working on right now, that starts coming out in January, that currently has, 6-7 entry pages now, is them getting on the ship and being on the ship. We're not in town outfits yet. The next grouping is the one you're working on right now, which is going to be longer than that. And then finally,
that's what I thought.
With entry 7, they get to port. That's not March.
Is it later or earlier?
It's later.
I said March or April.
Mars, entry 6 is going to still be coming out in March and April.
Okay, so July.
Then Time Box is happening. I don't think Mars has concepts of time anymore, guys.
All right, see you next August, guys.
She's on vacation, and she's got no idea what's happening. It is gonna be so much later. But Enthuse, don't...
You'll see the port outfits in August, I guess.
No.
I don't fucking know anymore.
Longer, I'm sorry. Probably not till 2026. But yeah, okay. However, that's in canon. You will definitely see them like visually before they're in the thing. They're not like spoiler. I'm not gonna hold back.
No,
they will probably be drawn on stream. At very least, I want all of their alternate outfits to be ready for next art fight. This is at very, very least. So you'll definitely see them then. But canonically, I'm sorry it is a long time. We have to get to port.
Yeah, you'll see them on Monday, Enthuse. Monday at some point. Some point in the future, yes.
No, you'll see them on a Tuesday stream at some point, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Guys, Mars went to school, and it was very strict. She had a calendar time. Now she's on vacation, and you know what happens. You lose all concepts of time. I get it.
Very much so.
I get it. So Mars, don't listen to Mars. Mars has no concept of time now. She will start a job soon, and then it'll get back on it.
It would take until 2026.
Okay, I'm gonna sit here and we're gonna do the math with Mars.
No,
okay?
No, I don't want to do math.
No, you don't have to do any actual math. I'm doing the math.
I don't want to do math.
I'm doing the math. You're just gonna visually look at it. Okay. Guys, so this is 2024. I need 2025. Can I have 2025, please?
So in Enthuse, we release each page every other week.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it does lengthen how long an entry lasts. That was the upload schedule we decided to go with to not make ourselves crazy and to also make sure we had enough backlog. Because backlog is your friend.
I don't want to have to stress about the comic, basically. That'll make you hate it very fast. So, all right. Look at this. This is 2025. I don't care about branding. Thank you. Okay. So, if we come back the 13th, okay, we come back with entry 6, which at this point in time has 7 pages. Okay? I'm pretty sure that's the number. So then we have...
I think it is 7, yes.
So we have then 6-1, 6-2.
He's really schooling me, you guys.
6-3, 6-4.
But this is for your guys' benefit too.
It works out. 6-5, 6-6, and then 6-7. Then we will, with no question, take some level of hiatus. That'll just be until I get the next entry group fully done for release as well. Again, for purposes. I'm gonna say, at the rate that it's going, we're gonna put it at 5 entries. And let's put a very conservative, only 1 full month hiatus. This is a conservative estimate, guys. These are all conservative estimates. It will likely, almost definitely be longer. So then let's say we come back on June 2nd.
Hopefully by then I won't have my laptop break on me and I can consistently color the comic.
Let's say we come back on June 2nd with Tally 1. Then we have Tally 2.
In a best case scenario.
This is the this is the shortest case scenario. Tally 3. Tally 4. And Tally 5. Then let's pretend we only have to take 1 month again. I doubt it because the next entry is going to be long. Let's say 2 months because I'm being fucking honest. The next entry 7's going to be fucking long as shit. Okay?
In my defense, I forgot the hiatuses we were gonna take.
Even besides that, it still wouldn't have been.
Also, Tally Marks has not been officially broken up yet, so I didn't know how many entries that was going to be, but if Ori says 5, then it'll be 5.
It's going to be more than 5. I'm going to tell you it's going to be more than 5.
Gonna be more than 5.
Mars has written 3, and it's not going to be 3. Those 3 are going to be 5, I bet, at least. It's just how life works. And then...
I better start splitting them up now in advance.
And then, so... I will say conservatively, at the earliest, you may get to see the port outfits in October of 2025. That is conservatively, I'm gonna say probably more like 2026. The reason for this is, sadly, I do have a regular job these days. Sadly, I also edit Ace Attorney videos and all of these sort of things, and it is just something that I can't work on for nearly as long as I was in 2021 and 2022. So the hiatuses are very important. The way that we will be doing it is that every entry will have a hiatus at the end, with the goal being that every entry will start being uploaded after it's been fully completed. So I'm not having to draw for upload, if that makes sense. Yeah, Mason, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I wish I could spend more time on the comic. I literally asked for an iPad for my birthday so I could work on the comic while at work. Which is a wild thing.
I got Studio for my birthday so I could work on the comic. Courtesy of
yes, she did. But so it is just
there aren't a ton of writing tools you can really give someone to help with that, though.
Webtoon is, webcomics are just a long endeavor. That's just the nature of them, unfortunately.
It is a time sink. But
it's a time sink, and it's the idea that you're uploading it as it's coming out and not finishing it and then finally uploading it.
I feel like if you do it that way, you'll drive yourself crazy.
Well, you won't necessarily drive yourself crazy, but with the age of the internet, it's certainly harder to get, people on board sort of thing. So it is just the idea of getting to post it, at a certain consistency means that my brain would work. That's what it means. Means that people can have hype for it, over time. They can find it and read a large amount and want to follow it, and things like that. And so it is just the nature of the beast, unfortunately. But I did specifically I want to make sure that I'm not stressed about it, because I will say entry 5 was a ride, and it was a lot to do that. And then, like I said, on top of that, I edit the Ace Attorney videos, which I don't want to stop doing or slow down. So it is just a balance. And this should work for us, because then at least, like I said, every entry will be fully completed before it's uploaded, and thus I can be working on the next entry. So in theory, I make no promises. The only promise I make is that every hiatus will have a set end date that will be guaranteed. That's the only guarantee I can make.
That'll be the goal going
I do not
forward.
want to be, I do not like to have to be someone that is like, oh, it'll come back in fall of this time, or it'll come back eventually, we'll update you later. I need a deadline personally in order to make sure that I'm doing it and working on it and getting it happening. So every hiatus will have a set end date, just like this one has January 13th, 2025, guaranteed, these sort of things. We will start uploads then, and every single one moving forward will have a specific date. They'll also always, well, to our best ability, have hiatus content, so it won't be just dead on the site. They'll have stuff like we have this time, and if all goes well, no hiatus should be as long as the one we're taking now. If all goes well. Because the idea is that I'm working on the comic all the time, right? The idea is that, this hiatus has not been a break for us. I am working on the comic every week, every day.
Not at all.
So, yeah, my mom's like, oh, you're going on hiatus and you can finally not work on it. It's like, no, you misunderstand.
No, that's not how hiatus works.
I have to work on it the whole time, okay?
Oh, you sweet summer child.
The hiatus is so that I don't have to cry.
Yes.
I never actually cried over Outcast, but there's definitely like, I am up right now and the only thing I get to do today is work on the comic because it needs to be finished for tomorrow.
That was me with entry 5, for sure.
Yep, entry 5 was rough. Entry 5 was strict.
But we powered through.
And we don't want to have to do that again.
Yeah. Just for our own sanity, and so we can keep giving you guys quality content.
Keep giving quality content, keep the size of the uploads, you know, the same. You know, cut them where we want to cut them and everything like that. I mean, I will say I forced Mars to cut them a little more than she probably wants, but that's for my personal sanity. It
still works in terms of where the entry needs to end, so I think it works out in the long run.
It's for my own sanity, because I am certainly someone that can only do something for so long. I literally, to power myself through working on the YouTube videos yesterday, I like, and I was bad today about it. I really didn't finish as much as I should have.
Yeah, but you were having a bad human day.
Yeah, such is life. But, what was I saying? I found like a webcomic that I wanted to read, and I edited a minute of video, and then I read one chapter of the webcomic. Not a chapter, but like one upload of the webcomic, and then I did the and then I edited a minute of the video, and then a chapter. And I will say, it got me through. It got me through. Today I didn't have a comic in mind that I wanted to read, so sadly didn't work out for me today.
Aww.
But, you know, I might be doing that more in the future. I find editing sometimes is just a real slog for some parts of it. But with the way the YouTube is going, I will say we might be faster at having a consistent editing help with Grenade
it does
than just
that way.
Every once in a while. So that'll be very fun. It is enthused. I do the colors for visual ease. They're meaningless. I will say the base color that I always start with is like the base color that I expect the character to be, but the rest of the colors are kind of just so I can see each piece and how it works.
Hey, Pastry Puff.
Well, hello, Pastry Puff. Are you working on something that you're popping in and out, or watching a movie, or just doing other things?
There's so much you could do. Possibilities are endless.
I'm always, when I'm like, actually, there's a streamer that I actually like, and they're small. I'm always too distracted to actually work on something. I'm always like, no, I wanna talk with them. I wanna message them.
Just vibing. Nice.
Well, we'll see you around, Enthuse.
Thanks for popping in and asking questions about Outcast.
Just vibing? Vibing's always good.
Always love it.
Oh yeah, all the questions. We love talking about it, guys.
Oh yeah.
Even though you're very armored.
About Outcast, that would be a problem.
Well, that's what we talked about on Tuesday, is how obsessed we are.
That's very true.
Okay, ooh, what if we add sort of this motif again here? Don't want it to look like a bikini, though, please. I just want to add this sort of like sun motif that I did.
That's a vibe, Pastry Puff.
Okay, I like how I'm like, yes, I'll have this very dramatic neckline, and then I end up just covering it up with all this armor, but that's fine. What if I engrave?
I re-listened to the entirety of Epic, the musical, today.
Ooh!
They posted the friggin' Wisdom Sanga album art, and I'm so here for it. It is gorgeous.
Yes,
Steel
yes,
Samurai
yes.
theme. Why do I feel like that's fitting for Rhikuritti? I could see that.
Okay. But yes, Pastry Puff for you specifically. Ace Attorney AU comes out on Monday. It starts coming out on Monday.
Look forward to it.
I know you've been hype. And for Ko-fi members of Cook Tier and higher, you get the Band AU comic.
I forgot that one's coming out too.
Yeah, I have to work on it more. I only have the first one done, but the second one's nearly done. They're all in various stages of done. So if I really go and I sit down, I can get through them. Each upload is shorter because it's just a page, so it's a lot easier to manage than freaking like a full Outcast upload.
Ori, when does Smallest Milano come out?
That the Ko-fi one came out today. Yesterday.
Ah.
Yeah. The Smallest Milano that is fully rendered with way more effort than I had expected to put into it came out on the Ko-fi for Medic Tier and higher. However, more Smallest content of I guess Dragon AU will be coming out. Some for free, some for Ko-fi only. I'm debating what I'm gonna do because there's all backlog shit, right? I always do it during the month that it is, but then it posts later. So I'll probably post the free thing first, and then the Ko-fi people will get their version of it later with extra stuff. It's extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was working on a Sinnet Dragon AU sketches today.
Ooh.
So that's going fun.
Got so much to look forward to.
Indeed. And then there's 2 more ideas for the Ko-fi that I have to finish for the Medic Tier that are Smaugust related as well. Okay, this is not very librarian, but I do like it. I'm trying to... How would I make it more librarian? Let's look at Heine. Heine! See, this happened in a bunch of them. He doesn't have it, but this character has that sort of like... asymmetrical hair, and then so does this character. With the asymmetrical hair.
Ooh.
So I might try something with that. But I'm kind of vibing, if I'm being honest.
Usually when Ori's vibing, that's a good sign.
You have to... Rhikuritti will have to have some dramatic eyeliner, though.
Ooh.
It has to fit that blue heron vibe with its dramatic eyeliner eyebrow thing going on.
I can see that.
I'm trying to think. The big librarian hairstyle is like a bun. But I just don't...
That's the classic
feel
style.
It so much. I really liked this bang, but I didn't like doing it on both sides. But I felt like doing like a weird shaved head thing also didn't work. So I'm gonna try something in the middle. Ooh, we can do...
It's gonna have the anime hair.
We can do... well, I'm actually making it more Allura now, suddenly. Accidentally. It was not intended, but sort of went that way. We'll see.
Hey, I like Allura.
Yeah.
The only bad thing that happened to her was what the writers did to her in the very last season.
Yeah.
Aside from that, she was perfect.
Okay. If we do a little swoop... No. How do you see it? Yours is kind of like that. Swoop out? No, yours swoops in, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Oh, okay. We got it like that. Ooh, okay. I'm liking it. I'm liking it here. And then...
It's given a regal vibe.
Yeah. You know what? The hair's gonna be then kind of in that like half up, half down sort of thing, but it's kind of long in the back.
Ironically, that's a style Mars likes to wear IRL.
Yeah. Okay. If I could get it to work though. Come here. Ooh, okay, okay. There we go. I do like that. And then the final touch, because I like it, and we'll just do it later or not. So we need some dramatic eyeliner going on here. But then...
Need those blue hair and eyes.
De resistance. See, big glasses is not the vibe. But what about, like... little under the eye glasses like Ori has in her art.
Ooh. Very librarian-esque, I must say.
Well, that's the vibe, trying to go for the librarian. Okay, that's a vibe.
We stan a fighter who forgot her contacts for battle.
We do stan. Oh, okay, wait. I did this with, I was designing the NPCs, and I did this with one of the characters, and I really liked it. And I'm gonna add it to this Rhikuritti.
Okay, I'm curious to see what you come up with.
It's the glasses chain.
Oh, a la Nire!
Yeah! It's the good shit, because it's like earrings
it's
without
they never
being
gave
earrings.
him the glasses again
I'm
after
so
that
upset.
one scene.
I'm so upset. You know what?
He
I'm
should have
getting
had the glasses.
I'm
that
getting
was iconic.
New glasses soon, and I think I'm going to get myself some really like pretty fucking like glasses chain thing.
Very
Not
nice
because
thing.
I'm going to take them off, just because it's like jewelry vibe.
It looks neat.
It just looks good, okay? And I want it. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
I knew you'd agree, Pastry Puff.
yes, I'm so sad he never had them again. Okay.
They look so damn good. Like, goddammit, I'm gonna look it up just because I need it in my life.
Now, I liked this
Nire
base so
episode
much, I just
1,
copy-pasted it,
glasses.
and that's where we're going from.
Hey, if it works, don't break.
Yep,
No, fix
exactly, I agree.
I forgot words.
You can fly, so my funny leg thing would not be a fun thing.
I can indeed fly.
There's not really anywhere else I would like the wings to come out of. I like the hip wing vibe the most. I really do.
Oh, God, look at this boy.
Oh, you're looking at the Nire?
Glasses.
It's just so good. Why did they never let him have them again?
I'm so mad. We were robbed. Bring back Nire's glasses, you cowards.
Yeah, that is very true, Pastry Puff. But it's just I wish they
Peter's
stayed.
definitely got that covered, but it also gives him like. I mean, glasses are the typical academic look, but like he's the guy who has all the stats on everybody. It plays into that.
But
like,
okay,
please.
I don't need him to have to wear them all the time. But I think what would have been great is specifically they put them on the chain.
Why couldn't we get them around his neck and if they just hung on his chest?
Why? No. Yes, exactly. But he has to put them on to read in his book. He's farsighted. Wouldn't that have been perfect? Every time he opens the book, puts on the glasses. Oh, it would have been amazing.
Like, dude, if I ever cosplay Nire,
that's the one you're going with. It's
with the goddamn glasses, because it has to be. It just has to be.
It's so good. Yes, Pastry Puff, I'm glad we're on the same page.
Shirt underneath.
That will be fun,
chain?
PCM. That
like,
will be fun.
Come on! fun.
Okay.
I do look forward to that, PCM.
I am gonna do something different with the wings again, just to see.
I don't know, seeing Nire's design in episode 1, which assumedly was chapter 1, and then like his subsequent designs that followed, it makes me wonder if the author had a different plan for him in chapter 1 and then changed it as the chapters progressed. Because I don't know if we ever saw this flashy shirt again. We definitely never saw the glasses again, and we did not see the gold necklace again.
It very much was like he was trying to make a statement at a new school, which I totally get, and that's fine. But
and then it never came back.
Come on, I just want the glasses, okay?
Just give me the glasses.
Give me the glasses.
I don't need the purple shirt, even though the whole look is
I
great.
wanted, like, the problem that I have
is that... Did he keep the bobby clipped bangs?
No, he didn't. None of it.
God damn it, I'm even madder.
Yeah, but see, exactly, Pastry Puff. Yes, but what to me would have been perfect character growth is if that he went from trying way too hard to having something that he really liked, but not going back to nothing. Right? Like, I don't know. I feel like that's like a growth moment.
I miss the glasses, guys. I just miss the glasses. The chains were cool.
So cool.
Never forget.
Never forget. The glasses.
Oh, in PCM, you can't never talk about Neffy again.
You have so many emojis of her.
You recall her fondly.
And then you won't get to tease us about the romance.
I've never forgot Alar, and he was like, what, 3 years ago?
Oh, don't make me think about it. Don't make me think about it.
Sorry.
I don't know. 1, painful Gormo. 2, it's too long.
You never forget your first campaign or your first death.
Honestly, I don't forget any of my characters, and I remember all of the characters I've played with as well. So all of your characters are in my memory, every single one.
I gotta be honest, if there's one character that I really did not flesh out at all, it was Danica.
But you still
like, I remember
know her.
I remember what she looked like, but in terms of like backstory, she had like nothing.
It's okay.
I think the most I had for her was like, there are the 12 schools of this like
I mean the
art,
mouth,
and she has the
knows.
tiger.
Well,
ooh, do it, Mason. That sounds fun.
That would be very fun, Mason. Are you sure they don't already have one though? I'm just saying.
Pastry Pup, it's okay. Mine tries to autocorrect it to Kirby, so.
I know what Mars talks about. No, what was I trying to say? I had a brain thing, and I was trying to say something. Boop, boop, boop. Hold on, what was it?
Boop, boop.
My brain needs to work. What is it? Please, 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 brain. Nope, it's really gone.
No.
Oh, nope, it came back. I think that this character that I'm going to play next in
nice origami,
the next campaign. Ooh, there's origami in the Discord?
There's origami in counter seating.
What?
Its name is Bernard.
Its name is Bernard. It's a fish. Is that a bomb-based pastry puff? I like. Can you tell I like origami? It's not like it's part of my name or something. Honestly, I haven't done origami in a long time, but I still remember how to do a lot of them.
Mason,
it's
that's
very
your
like
sign
ride
to
on a
make
bike.
one. Get the ball rolling. Pave the way.
Yeah, pave the way. More likely than you think, indeed.
Oh, damn, you sound ready to go, Pastry Puff. Not Pastry, PCM, sorry.
Yeah, there's so many names today. I don't know what it is.
Or you were calling Anna amazing.
I know.
I guess it was my turn to have a slip-up.
It's just the names today have been brained.
Oh, the brains are bad. Oh, nice!
Oh, so what I was saying is that I think that the character that I'm going to play next in the campaign that's next...
That makes me think that he is a traumatized paladin.
Yeah, it really does. Is going to be the most backstory fleshed out character that I've ever had.
I still think you should watch Apothecary. That was the one to add to the list. Apothecary Diaries.
That was the maybe. The maybe, yeah. But we have we're already full up though with the new mystery one, and
are we full up?
It's Tiramisu, the movie of Cute Earth High,
Defense.
And then we had the one I called Julia Roberts.
Julia Richard.
There you go, that one.
That's 3 things.
But that's all we've ever had time for before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we had time for 4 for some reason.
No, last time we only watched Ultraman, and then we did Samanko and Futopia.
Yeah, but Ultraman was like a 2-hour movie. I don't think Cute High Earth Defense is going to reach that
It's
limit.
only an hour.
We'll play it by
But we
ear.
can see what happens. I do still have to get back to do Pathfinder, is all I'm saying.
Ooh, that's true. That's true.
Okay, so we're not trying to go link click day. That's a whole day affair.
That was something
when
special.
The link click thing comes out, that's a very big planning.
That's gonna be like, Ori, it's 8 a.m. Are you ready?
Well, it's gonna be like, that's not we're not doing Pathfinder on that day, you know, like that's like a we have not Mason. We have a long list.
There's a very long list.
Made of an arts and crafts club. Very nice.
I will say I finished Dungeon Meshi. Oh my god, the final manga was so good.
No spoilers, but it's really good.
I'm just gonna say, that was the best way the series could have ended. Like, that was the perfect ending.
Not gonna say anything.
That is all I'm saying. I won't say any more than that. But it was very, 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 very good.
Yes, Pastry Puff. I can't wait until you read it. Honestly, I can't wait until you read 13, because then you can see my very fun sketches that I really love.
Yes. Oh, they're amazing. That was funny. Earlier tonight, my parents had no friggin' idea what to watch. So they're channel surfing, and they just stop on Bluey. And my dad stops on Bluey, and he just, like, leaves it playing. I'm like, really? And he goes, yeah, why not? I'm like, okay. Why not indeed?
Why not indeed? Hey, Bluey's good for all ages.
Exactly. He was actually laughing at it, so I'm like, oh, maybe I could show him some more episodes.
It's good.
Oh, it's just
I know of that Pastry Puff. I know of that series. I was told to read it once upon a time. I never got around to reading them. But I believe after I read the name of this book is Secret Series, they were like, read that. If you haven't read those, Pastry Puff.
Society. I gotta look that up. Mysterious.
I realize, Mason, that the AU is like, ow! But because of the way it's formatted on my screen, it said, Bluey mentioned AU! And I was like, oh, Bluey AU? And then I realized you're howling at it, which I totally vibe, but my brain is in AU mode.
Okay. Mysterious Benedict Society seems interesting.
Yeah. I was told to read it, like, when I was in grade school, and I have one of them, and I just never got around to it. But
it'd be like that sometimes. There's so many books.
There are so many books
that need reading. No, this isn't metaphorical at all. What are you talking about?
Mars sent me this thing, pastry puff.
No,
Mars sent me this thing on Instagram, and it was like, Bill Cipher, you're not allowed. It was like Joy in Inside Out, and it's like, Bill Cipher, you're not allowed in here. You're not an emotion. And he's like, what? That's bullshit. Leos is allowed in, and Leos is like, I'm autism, and that's it. And it ends. And it was so funny.
You know what? I'll put that link in the couch. Cause I saw that this morning, and I was like,
dying.
Ori.
It was dying.
Ori's gonna love that.
So good.
Here it is.
Guys, I have 3 alliances now! And I have 2 Dungeon Meshi friends. Mars, I was debating getting that one.
On the way!
Yes.
I get to add her to my army!
And then I have 2 more alliances, and the plush Laios. They're gonna come.
Okay, for anyone who wants to see, the link is now in the couch.
Yeah, it has been years, PCM. It's been a long campaign for you.
Such a long time. It's been going as long as we've been doing this channel.
Before that, if I remember, it didn't just start. Noop was already a thing. Noop was already a thing.
Holy crap.
Okay, we're gonna give you kind of... Ooh, okay. I'm gonna give you, like... bodice armor, I guess?
Ooh. I mean, PCM, I can't confirm one way or another, but it feels that way. I mean, when did we start doing Drawing in Dragons? And when did you pop in? I feel like that was a 2020 thing.
Well, it's not a 2020 thing.
Or no, 2021. Sorry.
It would have been, we just had our 2nd year streamiversary, Mars, so 2022. I was unemployed when we started doing this. I was not working for my previous company.
That's right.
You let Neffy be an emotion.
Neffy be an emotion.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh.
You let Neffy be an emotion.
Very interesting, pastry puff. The jokes do write themselves.
They do. Well, that's good that they treat the kids good. We like that in this house.
I just realized that that when the anime gets to a certain part of Dungeon Meshi, it's gonna be wild. Wow.
That could be a lot of freaking parts.
I'm gonna tell you the part, Mars, in DMs. But to me, that's the part that's gonna be a lot.
There's a lot of freaking parts that could go nuts. Okay, I just got your DM. Let's see. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, who? I wonder how many episodes they're getting for season 2, because I'm curious how far they'll get, you know?
I don't know, but season 2 was confirmed.
It is confirmed, yeah. But I'm kind of just, my brain is like, are they gonna finish it? You know, because it's not that long, and they got halfway through, basically.
Pretty far with the first season.
And I don't think they, like, really shortened anything that happened, you know? So it's not like they, like, skipped or anything, you know? Storytelling is just faster in animation.
Really
Isn't that wild to think about? It really is just faster in animation. That's what makes comics so tough sometimes. Especially when my brain thinks in animation.
Agreed. Oh yeah, same. Because like then you realize, oh wow, this action is actually going to take a while. It's not just sipping around in my brain anymore.
Well, and there's so many things that I see as like a, you know, like the zoom. Okay, I love the zoom in and you see like and they go from neutral to smirk or you know that sort of vibe of things, right? Mm-hmm. You know, the eyes, the expression changes, and it's so just very like interesting to try and convey that in a comic, you know, compared.
Oh, definitely.
Or like, there's definitely scenes where it's like, I wish Ferrix could literally be rolling around, but it's very difficult to do that.
I haven't read that one, Mason. Have you?
I have, Mason. I own that book. Yes.
There we go.
I got it before we even started doing Outcast. I'm gonna tell you I don't remember it as much as I would like. Honestly, my biggest inspiration has been the Starfish Face. She has 2 books about comics out. One is like a remaster of the other one. I do own both of them. And to me, that one has been the most helpful. I have the original. That one helped before Outcast came out. The second one has been, you know, updated and redone and has a lot of stuff in it. That is the one I highly recommend.
Ooh, that's a really good pastry puff. I actually really like that. Look at that. The adults actually care about the kids. What a concept.
Very fun. Ooh, getting a jump on it, PCM. Who's DMing? Still audio or somebody else? Because that's always curious. We usually like rotate DMs in our table because we have 3 people that are willing to DM. It's a sequel. Oh.
Oh, wow. Now I'm extra curious.
Ooh, we'll give you like... Enthuse told me what they were. Tassets. On your skirt. That'll be nice.
She'll be in her 40s. Oh, they grow up so fast.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's not how I want it to look, though.
My Discord keeps going off. I gotta find the channel that's doing it and silence them because this is driving me crazy.
How dare they?
Please stop talking.
Yeah, someone was like, oh, Discord is a lot. I'm not, like, on Discord a lot. And I was like, yeah, no, I feel it. I'm in a lot of servers, but mostly because they'll, like, muted. Update me on... They're mostly muted, except for sometimes I'll have, like, the, like, role that is important to get, like, updates that I care about or something. But otherwise... Otherwise, they're all muted.
Yeah, that's my strategy too. Otherwise,
there's a few. I have like 3 layers of channels of like servers. One is completely muted, where it's like I'm in it because of XYZ, but I really don't need to be hearing all the daily day stuff. I just want
to be notified.
I just want announcements, right? That's basically like I'm only in the server for announcements. Then there's muted. I'm in the server because I know the person that owns the server, so it's not fully muted. It does have like some channels that I will like scroll through every once in a while and check and pop in and be like, hey, I'm a person, what's up, and leave. And then the final level is fully unmuted, which is mostly ones that are like friends that are for like specifically like friend IRL friend group
like
chats.
Friend group stuff.
Yeah, because technically even our server has some channels I have muted. Not the majority, by a lot. I'll never tell you which ones because I still check them, they just don't ping me. But our server is the only channel that actually like makes noise for me when people post in it because it's slow. I like the speed at which our channel does things. You know, our server does things. I keep saying channel. Our server. If it was too busy, it's like rough. That's like the whole thing. Yeah, that's a vibe, Mason. I have like folders. Discord allows you to like categorize into folders, so that's really helpful. Because I have folders that are like, these are things that I am in but just for the updates.
Like, I care
so that's
about
like
these things. I just don't want to hear about them 24/7.
Yeah, so like Art Fight, a project that I'm a backer on, and the Dungeon Meshi zine. Those are all ones that I have like, they're in like one area where it's like, this is important things. And then I have another group of like, these are people that are also content creators that like I know, right? And I know them, not in real life, but like, you know, we're bros. Oh, I also have a group of the servers that I moderate as well. That's a
nice.
separate group. I am sort of like I'm a ping only mod. I'm definitely not able to be like on 24/7 as much as I used to. But I'll definitely, if they at mod, you know, I'll come. I've been basically
you do what you can.
Yeah. Or if it's like, you know, hey, does someone know how to do this Discord thing? Usually I know how to do the Discord thing. And then, however, in one of the servers, I have been basically on AI art band duty. Generative AI duty. I have someone in the server who's very...
It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah. So I check every once in a while, but usually someone in the server like DMs me and they're like, "Hey, there's another AI shit back in this channel," and I go and
How often do they do that?
In this like, one server, a lot.
AI art?
A lot. I've banned a lot of accounts recently.
That's really irritating.
Yeah, and we had that one person in ours. So
yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 just in August alone. 9,
that's 8 times too many.
10, 11. 11 total so far. Since I started doing this, which was only last month. 8 in this month alone.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, nah, it's a scourge on the earth. Insert Discord kitten joke here. No, don't insert it. That was bad. Don't bonk me, please.
I was seeing people on Instagram. They have it's like those mass posts, like add your post to this collection of things.
I did that with you today.
Yeah, and somebody, I don't know who started it, but we're like, oh, put your name in Monica and see what Monica says about you. Now, Monica is like an AI generator for writing. And people were doing this prompt, and I was seeing this a lot with artists recently. And then today, a new one was going around saying, guys, it's not funny. Like, please stop doing this. Please stop feeding the machine, even if it's just for a laugh. So it's like the discourse going on is wild. I'm like, yes, please don't feed the machine. Like, if you're a writer, trust your own instincts. You don't need a robot to help you. It's
See,
okay.
That's like the AI version of write your name in Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Look up your name in Urban Dictionary. That was such a big thing. It's really funny. So my name is while it's unisex, it's mostly masculine.
It's basically that trend with the new coat of paint.
It literally is. But a much more sinister coat of paint, if we're being completely honest.
Oh, way more sinister.
So my name is gender neutral, but the specific way I spell it is very masculine and almost always used as a guy's name. And so putting it in to Urban Dictionary was always really, really funny. Well, exactly, PCM. I'm the opposite. It always got a guy result, so it's always like dude with a big dick and a lot, you know. I thought that was so funny every single time. No, we're not mad at you, Mason.
You don't have to apologize.
No, it was funny. So the joke that I was making is I said, no, don't insert it. And based on what Discord kittens are, that was a worse joke that I meant to, I didn't mean to imply.
I had no words for that, honestly.
Further. Well, I didn't mean it in that way. I didn't, because
I'm not even gonna acknowledge that one.
Joke. And I was like, no, don't insert it. And I was like, oh shit, no, don't bonk, please. I didn't mean
it. Ori bonk, everyone. Ori bonk. It's deserved.
No, I didn't mean it. It was not intentional. Ugh. Wow, I'm going real slow on these Rhikurittis. This is bad.
Rhikuritti is a little complicated. She's got a lot of elements going on.
She does have a lot of elements. I mean, honestly, she's my favorite. I mean, I love this one. Hey, Mars, it has wings, and it's mostly normal person with leggies. I mean, it's basically everything I could ever want. The only thing she's not is a guy, you know?
Yeah, sorry I couldn't provide on that front.
I've been drawing a lot more hot women recently.
Fucking talk, guys.
I've been drawing a lot more hot women recently, so it's okay. I accept
a water
the
gun? Okay, or you got a lighter sentence. You got a water gun instead of a bomb.
Oh, okay, thank you. I'm very upset that I can't make the water gun noise. There you go, thank you. Okay,
there you go.
I'm gonna tell a water gun story. Well, I'm gonna tell two water gun things. First of all, my father, still to this day, well, technically we own two, but definitely my father owns an original Super Soaker. We technically have two Super Soakers, but one is a later generation. My father owns an original Super Soaker. It is a fucking monster of a water gun. We treat it with incredible amounts of respect. Like, don't drop it, don't scratch it, it doesn't stay out in the, like, don't leave it in the sun. Like, we keep that shit, like, it needs to keep working, you know? We need to keep that shit forever. The original Super Soaker.
Treasure. That's a piece
oh my
of
god,
history.
It's fantastic. It fucking hurts. I remember being a child and being chased around by him wielding. I couldn't even hold it. It's hard to hold. Like, it's heavy, right? It's hard to pump. It's a monster. And, I remember being, like, cornered.
It was designed by a NASA scientist, guys.
Yeah. I remember being cornered by this water gun, and I'm, like, in my bathing suit, and I am being blasted by this water gun. It stung being hit by this thing. It hurts. The amount of power behind this thing is insane. And like I said, we do technically have two Super Soakers, because I have a Super Soaker, but again, it is a younger generation of Super Soaker, but not a super young one. It is still up there. However, the issue with it that makes it annoying is that it had this special technology that's like quick refill. So instead of having a tank that you open the little capsule for and you like pour the hose into the tank, basically it doesn't have that. It has an attachment that you have to put on a hose, and then you push the front of the nozzle down onto the attachment, and it shoots the water up through the gun into the tank. But it means you have to have this attachment. So it's a little annoying, and definitely not as easy to keep, like, in pristine condition, because if you don't, we still have the attachment, and we still have the thing.
They don't make them like they used to.
But it's definitely like a... It was more trouble than it's worth, if I'm being honest, overall. However, the main thing I wanted to talk about with water guns is my father has what we literally call the water baller. And it's because it is a gun that takes water and it chucks it out in little orbs of water, which is very cool, very epic, very awesome.
That's neat.
So we keep this thing sterile. Every summer, my father will clean it out with bleach and then put, you know, just like filtered or like, you know, normal drinking water, not hose water in it. And the whole fun of it is to catch it in your mouth, because it's literally like a little ball of water. So he'll lob them up, and then we like, usually you stand in the pool or something, but it doesn't have to be in the pool, and you like try to catch them in your mouth, and it's very fun. And that's my favorite water gun thing. Again, a thing you can't purchase anymore. I love my dad. My dad definitely is like he's a guy that
he
hops on
in the cool stuff.
He hops on a trend And then that trend dies. However, my father has very much instilled in me the like treating your things with respect. So like my original Game Boy Advance SP still works fine. My mother gave me her original Game Boy, still works fine. You know, my knock on wood, my original DS Lite never bent back too far.
Mine too.
You know, that was the thing. Everybody snapped it back, and I was like, no, gentle. Why are you breaking your shit? Why are you breaking your shit?
You gotta be careful with it.
Gotta be careful with it.
Why did they do that? I'd say the only time I was too harsh on my 3DS was when I was playing Smash Brothers with friends, and we were playing the Wii U version, so it had that ability in multiplayer where you could either play it via remote like normal, or you could sync it if you had your 3DS and play over that. Now, oh guys, that circle pad, not conducive for Smash Brothers, not at all. It barely worked. I could barely chain attacks, but even worse, the stupid circle pad goes flying off my DS when I tried to do a combo move. I'm just like, well, that's really sad. How do I reattach this? My friend's dad used hot glue to try to fix it, but he didn't quite align it properly because it did that thing where the plastic breaks on the bottom, but it doesn't break cleanly. It breaks in half, so now you got like one bit stuck to the platform and the other bit stuck to the...
This is my worst fucking nightmare.
The circle pad. So he didn't align those properly, and then it was completely off kilter, and I'm like, oh... No, sad. But then I took it to a retro gaming store and they were able to fix it. Yay! So I was like, oh, nice. Based. I love it.
Amazing. This reminds me really heavily of, I have 2 younger cousins, okay? And they're, a decent, I think their math is 8 years younger than me. The older one is 8 years younger than me, so that makes the younger one like 9 years younger than me. I think that's the math. It might be different. I don't know, actually, if I'm being completely honest. Somewhere in there. Definitely not 10 years younger, but in, like, the 6 to 8 year younger range. Okay, so significant. We were never in the same, like, school together or anything. I'm pretty sure it's, like, 8, but maybe my brain's dead. Point being, they were very young. When I first got my... It must have been the 3DS. I got my 3DS for Christmas, and I had it for a while. And then they were old enough where they got 3DSs. And I remember, like, I would never let them touch my things. It was like, no, you can't have it. You're not touching my thing. And I remember one of them showed me, because we were all, like, playing Animal Crossing or something together. And one of them showed me his 3DS, and it was covered in peanut butter.
Oh god!
It was like streaky and just gummed with the peanut butter. And that day, I felt so fucking validated and just confirmed that I would never ever let them touch my shit. Like, hey, they were single digits, but it was horrible.
It's understandable, but no.
So Mason, Dylan sweats a lot on his hands, and I always rag on him for the gunkness on his controllers. It's horrible. He lent me his PlayStation controller, and I, like, sat in my bathroom on the floor with, like, a toothpick and, like, a pack of fucking, like, disinfecting wipes and, like, Q-tips and shit to de-gunk it because... And that was the good one, he said. That was the lighter one. Geez. I was having it was bad. I was like, this is horrible. Wear gloves or something, I don't know. Ew. So gross. So gross.
Yeah, some people, you pick up a controller and it's like, ooh,
You're crusty.
You're
crusty.
You're crusty.
Just wipe it down. Gaming, guys. Yeah. Just you game, wipe it down. Don't let it solidify. Just have a bunch of, like, alcohol wipes and just wipe it down. It's easy. It's simple. It's CoverGirl. You know?
And it cleans it for you in the future.
Yeah.
You're keeping yourself from getting sick. What's not to love?
Not even getting sick, just getting gunked. No one wants to get gunked.
I wouldn't want it. Yuck.
Yuckaroonie.
See, I had that happen a lot with the Wii controllers because my brother and I shared a console. It wasn't
only child cred,
the,
Phoenix,
Switch era.
Miles, let's go.
Because in the Switch era, I got my Switch, he got his Switch. But the Wii era, we shared a console, and oh, those remotes. I remember taking a toothpick and cleaning out the gunk around the button grooves.
Yep.
Gross. Those Wiimote straps got so nasty after the first couple months. I'm like, what are you doing to these?
Yeah, only child represent.
How much wear and tear could you possibly create? No, I found out my brother chews
the straps.
The straps. He used to chew the straps.
Oh no!
Like, what? Horrible. It's horrible. We are out of that phase, thank God. Like we were much younger. But
yes, Nathan. No, I mean the Wii came out when we were on the younger side, definitely. When did the Wii come out? Make me old.
2006, 7?
6, yeah. 2006.
I thought she said Phoenix pastry puff.
I did say Phoenix. And Miles. Well, it's not a biological sibling. But they were siblings in the end.
He lost
this
a
is
father,
very true.
He gained a
but
sibling.
I did originally say Phoenix. I remember when Phoenix was like, I'm an only child. And I was like, yeah, let's go. Vibes. Now, Phoenix has we always argue, well, we don't always argue, we always discuss what they actually are, but they're siblings somehow. My brain literally went like, Gregory didn't have any other children. Cut it off there.
I mean, none of them are mentioned.
Yeah. No, we're talking about friends. Friends? I'm trying to think. Yeah, no. Is Larry an only child?
I don't think he's ever mentioned siblings.
But he also hasn't not mentioned siblings, so I'm just saying. You know, Pearl...
He hasn't not said he has siblings.
Pearl, technically not an only child, but, you know, she didn't know. Ugh.
Siblings the case. I mean, yes,
yeah,
but prior to the
case.
sudden adoption.
And she's so young. It's so funny that she does that.
Alright. Why is Discord going nuts again? What we doing?
Who now?
Ah, one of the servers. It just keeps going ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-doop.
Yeah, dang. What server do you even have on?
It's one for there are some artists that do edges for books, and they're really friggin' pretty. Sometimes they do their own book jackets too.
Yes.
And I want to follow them because, you know, one day when I have money again, I'd like to treat myself to one if they carry one that I really like. So I'd like to be in the know of what they're making because it seems very much on a not only a first come first serve basis, but it's also we need to know there's interest in this if we're ever going to make it basis. So I want to stay up to date in their Discord. The problem is the other servers go absolutely crazy. Now, this wasn't bad the other day. The other day, someone was talking about Given, and oh my gosh, everyone in the chat was popping off over the manga, and honestly, I'm tempted to read it now.
Ooh.
But when they're not talking about that, and it's something like, I'm like doing something else. I'm like, please, no more. No more Badoop. I'm done.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I'm so upset. I'm so upset. If I'm being honest, my ideal wardrobe is definitely indie fashion, right? Buying from really small businesses that have the vibe that I want. However,
I love that.
And now I understand why it's this way. I totally get it. I totally am not being like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I hate it, like, but I hate it, but I get it, okay? I know they have to do it this way. I totally understand. But every time they have to do it in the small batches, right? And then it's like pre-order, and then it's like this thing. And it's just like every time I see something I want, it's like, oh, nope, that's gone. We did that like 2 years ago. And then I just never remember to check, right? And the other thing is all the ones I really like. Okay, I have a very curated wardrobe, and it is very pastels, okay? Not fully pastels, but definitely on the lighter color side. Is spring. Okay, very spring, I guess, is the words I would use. So while I like all colors, basically, okay, I specifically don't get things in darker, like, jewel tones and stuff because they just don't go with my outfits, okay? I have a curated wardrobe that basically means anything goes with anything, nearly. I want to keep it that way. I've worked hard to do that. However, it'll always happen that they did like, oh, fun, spring vibes, very pastel, very Easter, this is exactly Ori's wardrobe. But Ori missed it. And then while she remembers, it's all dark, fall, jewel tone, grays, navies. And it's like, they're all really, really pretty, but they just don't go with my wardrobe. And I'm just like, every time. I saw this content creator and they linked the shirt that they wore, and I loved the shirt that they wore, and I followed the brand because I love the brand and it's great. But they don't have the shirt. And I'm very like, I keep telling myself, it's just like, Ori, just sew your own clothes. And it's like, yeah, I could, but that's just more time. Everything's more time, guys.
Time and planning.
It doesn't take that much planning, but it just takes time, and it just, I want to sew more. I've, like, started following so many of these, like, quilting things, and it's like, I really want to do all this shit, but it's just, can I retire now, please? Can I be retired?
If only. Hey, welcome back, PCM.
Welcome back, PCM. It's just, okay, Rhikuritti's hair is honestly the hardest, if I'm being honest.
To be fair, I never had a concrete idea for what her hair would look like. So feel free to experiment as much as you like.
I certainly am. I keep going back to this swoop just because I really wanted to, like, get the heron vibe in it. But I don't know. You know, librarian definitely feels very bun, but it just wasn't fitting. I don't know.
Is there a style other than bun?
I've been trying to do ponytail as well, and it's just difficult to find, like, the balance I'm finding.
I mean, I'm not trying to guide you or anything. I'm just brainstorming, but I maybe braid.
Ooh.
I've seen some librarians with braids.
The braid is good. I just don't know if it fits the bird. You know, the bird has this very distinct, like, head thing. And that's what I just keep trying to go by, to have this sort of, like, streak.
Ooh. What about a slicked back look, then?
I was definitely trying that. That's why I got this, like, kind of one-sided thing going on here, where it's, like, pulled back and over. But it's definitely, like, the hair... I just keep coming back to this, like, bang. Why? Okay.
Oh. Computer's fighting ya.
A little bit. You know, we'll give this one the big round glasses just for fun. Just to have it on there. See, this one I tried to give this the skirt vibe, but as more like a cape, where the wing came over the arm. I'm not sure how I feel.
Okay.
I'm definitely losing a little steam.
It's been an interesting day all around.
It's more just like, I hit the one, and I'm like, I really like this one. And I just, you know, but I am also trying to, like, iterate.
What about Beware is giving you so much trouble, Pastry Puff?
Sometimes, Pastry Puff, the simpler the design, the harder it is to do in your style. Especially...
I gotta look it up.
If your style's very
this
different.
Cutie.
The legs?
The legs?
Look at Beware's legs.
Really? The legs on the ground, not the forepaws. The front paws.
Yeah, which ones?
Which legs?
But where's the big one, right? Not the little one?
Yeah, he's the big one.
You don't know why it's so hard?
You know,
Pastry Puff, I have a question. How long have you been working on this? The ground ones. How long have you been working on this? The whole piece in general, not just the Beware part.
God, I love Stuffle.
Yeah.
So cute.
And I'm saying today. I'm not saying, like, overall. I'm saying, like, in this last grouping of stuff.
The ground ones. Okay, so the bottom legs he's standing on. Interesting. Is it the proportions?
I think I may know what's up, but...
Ooh. Or he's on to something.
Only like an hour. Okay, interesting.
Okay.
Because sometimes I will say if you've been working on something for a long time, everything just starts looking bad. Like, it just happens sometimes. I mean, it could happen even with not working on it. But...
that do be the struggle sometimes.
Sometimes honestly, sometimes I would say just... yeah. Sometimes, Pastry Puff, if you have the ability, I would say just move on for now and come back. If I'm being honest. Sometimes that's, for me, it's just like, oh, right now this is not happening. We need to do something else. And then you come back and it's like, why was this so hard? I don't think I can do 3 Rhikurittis in 15 minutes.
That would be a tall order. Taller than Rhikuritti herself.
Yes. I just loved this base a lot, so I kept it.
I mean, when you struck gold, you struck gold.
Pastry Puff, sometimes it's just not meant to be right now. I gotta tell you.
The art block does not have rhyme or reason.
I don't even know if it's block, you know, but sometimes it's just like...
It's definitely not block, I just can't think of the other word
It's just not happening. Like I gotta tell you, sometimes I'm like drawing something and no matter how much I want to draw, that thing that I want to draw is just, it's just not time. The universe said no. Not right now. And you know what? Sometimes you just gotta accept that.
Happens.
And come back later. Because then you come back later and you're like, why did I ever think this was so hard? This is so easy. This is everything. You know, sometimes I can't draw my Outcast boys. And it makes me real sad. But then I go, you know what? Ori, just turn around, come back, do something else.
Want to be drawn in that moment.
And then I come back. No, there's certain sketchbook pages that I have that are like... wow, I tried to force it. It wasn't happening. A good example is with the Dragon AU. I kept trying to draw Milano as like crocodile dragon, as caiman dragon, because he's a caiman, and that's, you know, reptilian and everything. So it was very like, oh, makes sense. But it just, none of the designs did I like. It just wasn't happening. I just wasn't enjoying. It just wasn't great, you know. And I sketched him, and I didn't like him, and I kind of just scrapped him. I settled on Eastern Dragon Milano because his hair is too important. He's too fluffy. And since Eastern Dragons have like manes and stuff and have a lot of fur, I was like, this is just the better vibe than trying to force the caiman idea. And once I landed on that, I went back to those sketches that I hated, and I basically I lightened them up with the kneaded eraser. I reworked them, and then, wow, I love them. They're great. I like them so much.
It really came along.
Those are the ones you'll get to see for free. Okay.
Enjoy.
I think we'll keep... I really liked the hip wings, so I think we're gonna keep them. It just felt good. What if I... I will say thumbnailing is really hard for me because once I really settle on something, I'm like, I don't want to think of anything else. I don't want to think of other, like, I like this one. I don't want to think of other things, you know?
That's what happened with Rickson last week.
So it happened with Rickson. It definitely happened with,
CMR.
Thank you. Brain blanking. Again, you hit, because I did 1, loved it. 2, I really didn't know what to do, moved on. 3, I was like, okay, we're going in a direction. 4, I enjoyed. 5 and 6, I had to push out. Same with Rickson. 1, loved it. 2, okay. 3,
Ori was basically
not
done
bad.
by 1.
4, 5, 6, ugh. Rhikuritti, I will say, didn't do it in 1. 1, not that big of a fan. 2, love it. 3, it's not bad. 4, we're going back to 2. We're going inspired by 2. And that's just how it be.
The evolution of art, guys.
Because it's just, the vibe was so good, okay? The vibe just came, it saw, it stuck.
It conquered.
Okay.
When you got it, you got it.
And you got it, you
Can't argue
got
with
it.
that.
Hot, hot. Oh, we got it. Hot, hot. Yeah, we got it. Hot, hot.
It.
Hot character design. And honestly, that's why, like, the Outcast Boys really didn't... I specifically don't usually character design that hard. And the reason for that just is... I know what I want, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not trying to be a professional on it.
They came along pretty well.
I'm not trying to be a professional on it.
I think they just needed a revisit to simplify the design.
There's definitely simplifying. There's definitely, you know, refining to it. But overall, as like a design, like it happened. Like, I guess I just personally have a very clear vision of what I want, and I like it, and it looks good, you know? And it's just... Maybe I do all this work in my head. Who knows?
Maybe so.
Okay.
Who knows how Ori's brain works? Not even Ori.
So you said braids. Okay, I'm gonna try.
It seems like a librarian thing.
Yeah, no, it certainly is.
Keeps the hair up and out of the way without it being a bun.
Trying to fit it in a way. I'm trying to see exactly, because I like the idea of the braids, because these are like streamers, so if they're like blue and they like stream down. Ooh. So that gives me like twin braid vibes.
I can
and I
see
think
that.
putting them like over the ears where the braids were like braided with the ears in between. You've seen that, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Isn't that basically what I had for Freerin?
No, because she has pigtails.
Minus braids.
the ears are not braided into anything, Mars, so no. The answer is no.
But it was in between the hair, like the hair was parted around it.
Yes, the hair is parted, but that's how ears work.
Then I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I'm saying that, like, the 3 strands of hair, 1 is behind the ear and 2 are in front. And then so when you braid them, the ear is literally in between the braid.
Oh, it's inside the braid.
Yeah.
Okay. I see what you're saying. I'm sorry. Midnight brain is kicking in.
It's okay. It's okay.
Honestly, day brain is clocking out.
I'll forgive you.
Good night, Mason.
Good night, Mason.
I took a 133 question practice test today, man.
I know.
Brain has left the building.
Brain has left the building. Okay. The skirt was cute. How do I want to add it with this? I like this. Okay, we're gonna do one of these. We're not gonna have the tight corset bodice, but we'll have this little thing here. Ooh. You'll get wing coverings like Critbit did that one time.
Ooh. Okay, okay.
I'm trying to remember how they did it. Something like this, I think. Because then that adds to the skirt vibe. And then it comes in the back here like this. And then we'll have the front skirt be a short skirt, but with a long tabard. I think that'll be nice.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
So we'll have the tabard. Maybe not that long of a tabard, just a bit of a tabard. Yeah, so the back of the wing covering still comes through. And then you have like the rest is a skirt. Like that. And now your top is always a little annoying for me. I liked when you had a chest plate. So I think I'm actually gonna keep the chest plate then. And we'll keep this neck design.
Okay.
I had. I'll give you Lyos's sort of thing here. And the pauldrons are just too. What? Did I like those? I did kind of like those. Okay, we're gonna give you the wingy pauldrons again. Okay, okay. You stopped being librarian. Am I on the wrong layer? I'm not on a great layer for this. Somewhere with the chest plate in this shirt. What to do, what to do. Okay, we're gonna scrap that idea and we're instead gonna give you bishop sleeves.
Ooh.
Because that'll give the armored silhouette that I enjoy. But it's very librarian, in my opinion.
I'm curious to see what you come up with.
And then... Okay. All right. And then we'll give maybe a little bit. I don't like that. Maybe just generally billowy with this kind of color. Okay, it's something. It's not great.
Okay.
But it was something.
She's coming along.
We're gonna just accept and move on. Well, we're not, because that'll be it. So it looks like there will have to be a Rhikuritti part 2. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure one way or the other. We'll see. Mars can't vote yet, at least.
Well, I know there are definitely some things here that I absolutely adore.
So far, 2 is by far my favorite. We really love 2 here. Me.
Honestly, with a lot of these, I feel like I'd be picking and choosing different elements from each one to make like.
Well, that's the goal in the end. You know, that's what the next step is basically. It's like, oh yeah, you choose 3 and you refine it, but like you're not only redrawing the 3. You know, like you explored things. You're just doing like a second pass, but with more detail. Right now, I would be like the face. So like yeah, so 1, 3, and 4. You know, are the ones we picked for CMR, let's say, but it'll be like, ooh, 1, did I like anything specific from the other ones I wanted to add? You know, did I like anything, you know, all those sort of things. Definitely Rickson's gonna have a lot of that going on, mix and matching. CMR, if I'm being honest, at the moment, they're pretty set in how I like them. I might give this guy more of a poof sleeve, but we'll see. You know, ideas. But, Rhikuritti definitely has a lot of things that are like, I liked this element, but they don't necessarily go together. Like, I did like this skirt, but it doesn't go with the skirt wings as well, which I really love more, you know? So it's like,
It's gonna be all about finding that balance, that compromise.
Exactly. Because honestly, I'm really leaning heavily into this one right now. This is the vibe. But we have 2 more to go. Maybe I'll be a little more refreshed. But,
Such is life sometimes, and that's okay.
Thank you to our lovely YouTube channel members. If you want to be an angsty adversary, the highest tier.
Thank you, VOD watchers, if you choose to watch this.
Yes, with His Parry, Nicole, and Dichotomy Games, who all get their little tea-pets to sit with us every single stream. But you could also be Doofus Detective like Lakitu, Aragorn, Canadian Lucifer, Tay, and Jester, who, you know, you get all the emotes baked in on YouTube, and, you know, you're just supporting us. Lovely, but you guys just being here, chilling with us, watching with us, lurking with us, vodding with us, all of the above. We really appreciate it so much. Honestly, guys, it's surreal seeing these numbers sometimes, so thank you very much for chilling with us, and we'll see you all tomorrow for Ace Attorney. Yay!
Yes!
Maybe we'll see Lang!
Let's hope!
I've prepared. Alright, guys.
She's ready.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.